Hello, and welcome to Structurally Sound Stream every Friday for your daily dose of D&D. Tonight, just a few quick things. First, thanks to Vindsvept for the music we'll be using throughout the stream, and secondly, that we will be off next week due to two of us being out of town for that weekend, but we'll be right back at it the following Friday. But with that, let's drag everybody in here, and y'all are in.
Hello.
All right. So, similar to last time, who would like to try to tell me what all happened last session?
Well, we went to the repose looking for this woman that we've been tasked to find, and somehow have been, well, actually before going into the repose, we did a sweet little pick off on that insignia. That was probably the most well orchestrated thing I've ever seen in my life. Gained entry to the repose, and then somehow got swindled into an arena fight.
I wouldn't say swindled.
I mean, everything led to it, I guess, but it wasn't the first choice. I know a couple of us were I don't know if we should do this.
For sure.
But now we gotta fight some big bad evil thingy because of the foreshadowing of Ganymede that I saw through him. So I can only presume what we're gonna be fighting next.
And we picked up a eccentric companion.
Oh my god, yeah, Dagger.
Dagger?
Alright.
He's been healed up, kind of, right?
I think y'all force fed him 2 potions, if I remember right. Yeah.
But he was also getting his wounds dressed by the servants of the repose, right?
Yeah. I mean, he got taken care of. I believe he's full health, at least for him right now. Yeah,
Gotcha.
he's good. Beneath the bustling streets of Turin, amongst the week's celebrations, a brawl proceeded deep beneath the city streets. As the party signed themselves up for what was called the Gauntlet, not wanting to be undermanned, they took on a strange gnome with a penchant for violence by the name of Dagger. With their new small fighting friend, they proceeded to enter the sand pit arena beneath the repose and fight through not just one group of bumpkins, who appeared to be simple street thugs, but a secondary wave of 3 large black bears. With their victory of the second stage, they were ushered back to a private chamber covered in silks and cushions, with all the creature comforts one could want. As the arena prepares for what will be the third and final stage of this gauntlet event, we find our party recovering in the silk-covered room as nerves run high and quiet roars can just ever so slightly be heard through the walls themselves. What would y'all like to do?
I'm going to keep channeling through Ganymede to see what I can see before we get into the fight and kind of relay that information to the group.
Okay, roll a perception check for him.
Alrighty, let me see. Let me pull up my Raven stats. Alrighty. An 11 plus 14.
14? Okay, you see for the most part they have, in the arena itself, they've added kind of some barrels about as sort of barriers, it looks like, kind of all spread out. You also, as the roars are still continuing, there's not really a visual. It seems like the roars are closer, but they're still kind of down that dark sort of hallway that was closed off where the bumpkin tried to run in the prior fight. So you can't quite see what you're fighting yet, you can just hear it. The arena also seems the 4 pillars that were in the center now have several sort of holes that have been opened within them. Some that are lit with torches and others are empty. And right before you're kind of okay, I think this is it, you notice large, like chain, like jail bars rising from all around the Colosseum up to the ceiling, kind of seemingly to protect the crowd.
All right. I vamp back into myself then,
Okay.
and turn to the group, who I guess who's assuming they're resting.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's still the oiled up dwarf trying to give Lilith a foot massage.
I'm relaxed.
Yeah,
AF.
yeah, Ferrick's kind of off by himself in the corner, sort of fiddling with his sword.
I just kind of look-see through Ganymede and kind of give us a idea of what we'll be facing. Seems that they have prepared the arena by setting up more barricades and obstacles throughout the arena, setting torches and on top of the pillars, and also what it seems to be raising a large steel cage to, I guess, encase us / protect the people around us. There's also very large roars, and it sounds like something that is particularly nasty. Lance, would I be able to maybe do an intelligence check on have I maybe heard of a creature that is large enough to be housed somewhere, or would be contained in some type of thing? Or is it just a myriad of different creatures that it could possibly be, so it's no point?
I mean, I'm trying to think what roll I would make you do for that. I would probably say a survival check.
Okay. Survival.
Watch it just be some tiny venomous birds.
So, a 19.
19?
Yeah, 17 plus 2 for my survival.
Okay. You are almost 90% sure that it is a dragon of some kind.
Oh God. Okay. I don't mean to alarm any of you, but it may be some type of worm, a dragon of sorts. Again, I haven't seen what it actually is. I've only heard its roars, but needless to say, we should be prepared for the worst. I'm honestly kind of surprised that these, common thugs have probably apprehended a dragon, if it is a dragon. But anyways, we should steel ourselves for the worst.
You're saying we're gonna have to fight a dragon?
There's so many things I'm thinking right now and none are good.
Possibly.
Okay. So, how does one go about preparing to fight a dragon?
Well, we'll know more about it once we see it itself, which is always bad. I can always check back through Ganymede to see if they maybe have brought it out, or maybe they're waiting for us to get there to then bring it out, to surprise everybody. I don't know, but
how long do we have to just dawdle back here?
I'm guessing probably another 15-20 minutes, possibly. I mean, they look like they're kind of partial done setting up the arena, so they're probably going to be calling us rather soon.
Okay, so it just general dragon stuff. Does anybody know anything about fighting dragons in general? Anybody at all? Dagger, aside from stabbing it.
They have wings that can fly. Never seen one myself. But I'll stab it, okay?
Well, me and Ferrick have faced kind of smaller dragons in the past. They're difficult and can hurt, but I think this one is probably...
No shit, dragons can hurt. How do you hurt them?
It depends on what color dragon they are. They may be weak to things that are the opposite of their color.
But nothing that'll hurt just dragons in general. I'm not talking about elemental specific stuff.
I have an idea, but you're not gonna want to hear it.
Well, I'm all ears.
Kind of involves stab. She said he was against.
No, I'm totally for stabbing the dragon. Absolutely. I was just trying to get Is there something like really like? Is it blind? Does it not hear
I don't
so
know,
good?
I'm good at stabbing.
Well, Lance, would I like knowing that it is a dragon? Would I be able to like be a little more like I guess like forthcoming with certain information, or I don't want to metagame or anything.
No, with the survival check, you would know if it's an actual dragon. It probably has a breath attack of some type, but similar to what you said before, you don't know what it will be until you can see its color. Obviously, the ability to fly. And then just sort of in general, you know their vision is exceptional, but you don't know many specifics.
Gotcha. Okay. As far as it being blind, I highly doubt it, and dragons are normally known for having exceptionally good vision. Though I'm a little hesitant to think that it might be able to fly, at least in the context of the arena that they're setting up. Again, we're in a basement, like it'd be very difficult for a larger creature like that to fly in that sense. So it's probably an adolescent, but nevertheless, it's still dangerous.
Okay, so like, does it hear good and smell good?
Yes.
Okay, so does it have a weak spot?
Not necessarily. Dragon's hide is usually rather thick.
Does it have like a soft underbelly or like?
I mean, its eyes are pretty soft. You can try stabbing it there.
I would say that would probably be like the main weak point, but again, you're literally chipping into the maw.
Too. Yeah, and then it's gonna smell.
But then it's blind
and hear us. It's a fucking lizard.
A very big lizard.
All right, I got nothing.
I'm gonna go with the eyes.
Well, I think just besides magic in that sense, if we had a little more magic practitioners in our group, I think we might be able to fare a little better. Dog, you said before that you were kind of interested in learning some arcane arts, right?
Yeah, not in 20 minutes right before we fight the fucking dragon.
I could teach you some things to help, just a little.
Might I chip in briefly?
By all means.
Anything in the stadium that's flammable and you do have fire capabilities?
I'm not prepared.
I mean, it's kind of a dragon. Why would you want to light things fire around a dragon? It won't do much.
If you produced enough smoke, it would deter its vision and its scent.
Also ours.
Yeah, a lot of smoke is a good idea.
They set up a lot of barrels. I don't know if there's anything in those barrels or if it's just meant to kind of blockade.
Barrels are usually dry cured wood. We need like wet rags and stuff like that. That'll make a lot of smoke.
There's torches that they had set up amongst the arena, so I mean, we could grab them and set fire to certain things. Huh.
All right, let's get to dousing some rags while we still have a chance to.
Is there a bar around here?
Yeah, there's a little like a wet bar in this chamber that just has drinks and everything. It's been sitting there with snacks and stuff.
Or is there like blankets or anything like that, like lying around nearby, like in the lounge area?
I mean, the entire room is basically covered in like blankets and cushions. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he said last week it's soundproof with silk.
Yeah, like the walls are coated in fabric.
I think silk might make smoke. That sounds good. Let's just gather all of. I personally, I don't know about you guys. I'm going to start gathering all the fabric I can and coating it now.
Dog, I have actually an interesting idea that might help make bigger fire. I'll walk over to the bar, grab it, uncork one of the bottles, and like take like a piece of tapestry and jam it into like the cork and just like hand it to the dog.
Turgan Molotov, is that you? All right.
Anybody else gonna?
I mean,
the rags.
That's what I've got. I mean, I could also use parchments from one of this extra books I have.
Yeah, we have plenty of cloth here, and we have a spell that can start fire, and we're making these things flammable. I was asking if anybody else is actually going to like start gathering cloth and dousing it.
I'm working on it. I'm there with you.
I will assist.
I'll grab some. I'm leaving it dry.
Now, again, dragons usually have breath attacks in that nature, so depending on what color it is, will correspond to the attack it has for its breath. Bronze or yellow dragon will have usually like lightning, and green or black will have acid, white will have ice, red of course is fire. I'm saying this as I'm like doing this and stuff,
Yeah,
like
of
just
course.
rambling.
As soon as we get out there, I think you should light this up there, Tegan. The quicker the better. Like, don't even wait for the fight to start.
Oh, but, I mean that was the idea. I mean, but
Okay.
in all honesty,
I'm just clarifying because it's like a plan. Yeah.
No, I understand. In all honesty, though, I'm not too sure how well it's going to work, but this is the best idea we have.
All right. So,
Like before, I guess we're like, well, how many are we assembling? I guess.
that is up to
Pile
you.
of doused rags. Yeah, the big pile of them. Just pile them up as we like walk out into the arena. Like we'll just throw them all in a heap.
I thought we were making Molotovs too.
Well, I mean, you can just light it up. It's
I don't have a fire spell.
who was it that had the fire spell?
Nobody.
Yeah, no one.
Well,
that I'm
I
aware
thought
of.
you said.
We have
Okay.
torches that are in the arena.
Okay, I will go last with the Molotov.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I guess like before we set off, like I'm gonna look through Ganymede one more time to see if the arena's changed at all.
At this point, it looks like they're done setting up. Everyone sort of made their way out of the center arena. The entire surrounding of the arena has this like large chain fence that's surrounding the crowd. You can see the crowd has grown. Pretty much every seat is filled down there, but still nothing in the arena yet as far as an enemy.
I come back out of it and be like, it looks like they're taking their seats now. I think they're gonna be coming to get us soon. I kind of like pull through my spell book and like make sure like everything's set. And at that time, Lance, like I'll notice that like some pages are like kind of where they were blank is now like returned.
Okay. Got
And
it.
like yeah, I'm gonna go to like the Ferric, be like, Ferric, look, it's coming back.
He's
All
in
right, never mind then.
stunned silence.
Yeah.
What is? How are things appearing?
I'm unsure how really this is working.
Is this one of your magician tricks?
I
You know
honestly,
I don't like these, Turgan. I'm not good at magic.
I don't know how this is working, to be honest with you. I'm just as surprised as you are, but it seems that some of my older abilities are coming back to me.
All right. And as some time passes, as y'all are kind of preparing this and having this conversation, eventually the madam of the house, the elf with the long blonde hair and the piercing green eyes, sort of steps back in. Well, gentlemen and lady, I believe they're ready for you.
I think last week you said it was black hair.
No, it was blonde.
Okay.
I just have a question. What was that large roar that we heard earlier?
Oh, we'll see soon enough. I'm sure it's going to be quite exciting.
Maybe for you.
Well,
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
should be exciting for you too. If you kill it, you get 1,000 gold and a meeting with the lady of the house. So, I think the reward's quite worth whatever you fight.
1,000 gold each, right?
What is it we're gonna fight though? Can I roll a persuasion?
You can try.
I'm betting you shit.
Oh, dance
Why
on the
is
20.
why
It
is
danced
Lilith
on it.
always trying to fuck fair?
11.
An 11. Oh, I don't want to spoil it for you. Well, a little hint. It's from the Black Marsh. If that helps you at all. And she kind of gives you a wink and starts kind of opening the door, ushering you all out.
Oh, Black Marsh, huh?
Mm-hmm. Which, for context, pretty much everybody here would know, it is what it sounds like. It is basically a black, like, peat marsh that's pretty large. Like, it's the largest swamp on the continent. It, like, basically takes up the entire northern coastline past Belgard.
That's to the west, if I
East.
remember correctly.
East from you,
Never
yeah.
mind.
But,
I get turned around sometimes.
but as you head out, you can see that the crowd is pretty large now. Pretty much every seat is full. You can see that there are at least 3 figures up on that balcony, sort of silhouetted, kind of watching down as they sort of all usher you towards the arena. Just they're basically parting the crowd like a sea, just sort of moving through as everybody's just cheering and like slapping y'all on the back as you like move towards this arena.
Well, seems that we have gathered up quite a crowd.
So the lady that's kind of leading you through is like, yes, it's been at least a month, 2 months maybe, since we've had someone actually get this far. So it's word spreads quickly.
And where are they now?
Where's who, dear?
The participants in the last finale.
Oh, well,
Did they win?
no, they did not.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that the previous creature they faced was the one that we're about to face?
My understanding is yes.
Huh.
And they're dead, right?
Quite.
All right.
Well, that's reassuring.
And how many of them were there? If you can remember?
Oh, well, would you look at this? As the gate kind of opens in front of you, and they sort of begin trying to, like, usher you into the arena.
Lady,
No, wait,
you're
but
cold. I love
No,
it.
wait, but I asked you a question.
Oh, but it's time to start the fight. I'm so sorry. We can talk after. As she sort of, like, waves you by.
I don't like her.
Oh, I love her. She's amazing.
But,
yeah, I'm gonna drop to the back of the group.
Yep, so
I'm not used to having my questions not answered.
with that, y'all can place yourself anywhere on this side of the map, essentially, just like last time.
Where are the models?
Oh, I think where did I move them? I dragged them off somewhere. Unless they, like, fell beneath the table again, which I'll spawn them in again, I guess. That's weird. Well, damn. Yeah, give me 1 sec.
An army of Ferrex rises to the challenge.
I think I spawned 2 dogs there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very.
There we go.
I can't remember what color I went with.
You're green with those sweet tattoos, I think.
Yeah. Sorry. There you go.
That's...
Enough.
Hey, old man. Step behind me.
Oh, but of course. I will take cover behind this area over here.
Pile your rags up.
Oh, yes. I kind of like start throwing like this pile. Like where are we putting the pile?
Is it possible to investigate
We're gonna drop
if
them.
or what is in these barrels? I'm assuming they're empty, but
You have a few seconds to
just,
kind
like,
of poke at it. Yeah, if you want to give me an
knock on it?
investigation check.
okay.
Can I-
Dog, where are we going to put them?
Yeah, we said we were gonna drop them when we walked out of the
Ooh,
hallway.
18.
Oh,
Plans.
yeah, right behind us.
Can I take this time while we're preparing to preemptively cast Armor of Agathis?
Yeah, of course. So you rolled an unnatural 20. So looking at the barrels, there seems to be, some of them are empty, some of them have some remnants, but the remnants in them, it's a liquid of some kind as you sort of shift it around, but most of them seem to just be empty. They're meant as like a barricade.
Since I rolled so well, can I sniff if it's alcohol remnant?
It smells like it's stale ale at this point. The few barrels that do have that.
Do I have to roll intelligence if I ask if ale is flammable?
It's an alcohol, so it's
I think stale
pretty
ale.
low
It'll be
proof.
super. Yeah, it'll be super mildly flammable, and then like it'll probably make a lot of smoke as it like cooks.
yeah.
Or it might not, or it might just not go up at all,
I
depending
mean,
on the...
our rags are pretty fucking flammable.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're soaked in whatever
Yeah,
cognac.
I like.
brandy
Yeah,
that we had.
this whole the idea to make a shit ton of smoke was your idea too. So I think it's a good idea to pile him on those barrels as long as he doesn't come out and breathe fire on them. And
Alright.
Are y'all satisfied with your
trap.
placement, or are y'all gonna move some more?
Like
I am
what,
satisfied.
what barrels should we like put them on? Like this or that or this or that.
Real
I was
quick,
just-
I mean, how much do we care about our own visibility?
I mean, I need to see to cast things
Then the one on the left.
to the left of me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, I will throw the stuff onto there, and I'll
Who's going for the torch?
mage hand the torch.
Perfect.
Oh, look at that.
Are you gonna light it up right now, or are you just holding the
The-
torch?
No,
It's
I
already
mage.
lit.
I mage hand the torch, like the one that's on, like, I guess the column,
Mm-hmm.
and I bring it down to Dog since he has the Molotov.
Okay.
Like, here you go, my friend.
All right.
I'll light the Molotov off of the mage hand floating torch and throw it at those.
You're gonna throw it before anything's even out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh my god.
You already called it.
Yeah.
I will, I guess, throw the torch into the center of the arena.
Okay. So,
So I guess, like, this one, like, this one on this pillar here.
yeah.
Well, they have good insurance.
And here is the torch you tossed, sort of just laying in
Yep.
the center. And with that, as everyone, like, you can hear the crowd kind of murmuring as suddenly part of the arena is just covered in smoke and going up in flames. As the announcer sort of steps back up onto his platform. He says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Appreciate the patience. Welcome to Daggerfall," as he sort of motions to you, and there's a series of
You
people
forgot
clapping.
dagger.
Hey, you forgot Dagger.
Oh, I just have to spawn him in.
Oh. Yeah, good job. We would have gone if Lilith hadn't said anything. We would have gone into that fight without our most.
We all forgot Dagger. We're assholes.
Yeah, I mean he's our most disposable asset, and he's incredible.
I think you meant mascot.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
This sweet yellow of Dagger.
There we go. And as he kind of says your name, there's a series of claps and kind of uproarious, just sort of cheers as you sort of step out into the arena and begin, doing everything you've been working on. It's like, and for the spectacle of the evening, from the dark marshes of the east, north of Belgard, hatched here within the city itself, I present the greatest threat many of you have ever seen. Is sort of kind of motioning out to the crowd as the murmurs sort of increase. Some people begin kind of scooting back from the front row a bit. It's like, two young black dragons.
Oh, shoot.
Open the gates! As the other gate begins to lift. And pretty quickly, two dragons shift their way through the narrow hallway. You can see them covered in some scars. You can tell they fought before. There is like sort of a large metal chain around their neck, but you can see the chain has been loosed. As they make their way into the arena, and you can see them, they're definitely young, but they're still dragons, and they're still taller than you standing up. So with that, I need everybody to roll initiative.
I'm gonna shout out to everyone. Black means acid. Acid.
To fight the arena.
I'm
The
fucking tripping.
civilians in the splash zone won't survive.
Oh my god. What did I get? 14. So I got 16.
Of course they did. Of course they did, Lance. Of course they did.
14.
Quick little dragons.
All right. So, as they step into the arena with just a massive roars from each of them, you can see just the dripping green acid from their maws, as it is their turn first.
The young black females are disproportionately affected by human trafficking and sexual abuse, and I really don't like how they just came out and the young black dragons. Really, really uncomfortable right now. Too close to home.
Too close,
Too close to home. What? All right. This one is going to.
Our battle will be legendary.
Let me see what I want to do with this guy. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's just going to sort of rush across. This one's going to try to take flight. And the ceiling here is only probably about 15 feet. So you could probably jump and still hit them. And they're basically just hugging the ceiling. There's not much room for them. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And kind of usher over here. Go after Dagger. He's the smallest and easiest target in the dragon's eyes. This one is going to attempt to use his acid breath. So I believe it, yep, it's only 5 feet wide, so it'll just be
Me.
Yeah, it'll just be dog on this one, just a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, you're good at
And
that.
that's just with my raw dex bonus.
Your dex saving
saving
throw.
throw.
It's a specific.
Oh, it's
yeah.
+6. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
that's
roll a d20.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, did you just roll that?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Oh.
Nat 20.
Okay, nice.
Okay, nice.
Do you have evasion yet? I can't remember what level out rogues get that.
That would be under other or reactions, right?
Reactions.
Reaction.
No, I don't.
Alright, so you're going to take 13 acid damage since you made the save. As that is that dragon's turn. This one is going to attempt to bite into Dagger. You rolled a
Missed
nat.
it, didn't he?
No, you rolled a nat 20.
Jesus. Alright, started strong, guys. Dagger.
He did his best. Yeah, it should be
Yeah.
fine.
I don't know. That dragon just did 30 damage on a
Yeah.
save.
Alright.
Scared.
Yeah, so as the two dragons split up and spread across, as one sort of flings over and tries to release his acid breath, Dog just narrowly able to dive behind the pillar to avoid most of the damage as it flies past you, Ferric. The other dragon swoops in on Dagger himself, and immediately the gnome, almost surprised at its flight, wasn't prepared, even though he knew they flew. You can see just sort of like the look of like, oh no, as it just leaps down and just grabs him in its jaws and kind of flings it against the pillar, and he takes a good heft of damage. But with that, that is their turn. So next up, I believe, is Ferric.
Before I take off, I'm gonna look over at Dog and Dog, follow me up there and flank. And then I'm
Got
gonna
it.
go off right over here.
Mm-hmm.
My bonus action, I will put Hexblade's Curse on it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna smack it with.
Okay, go ahead.
Do I gain advantage? I think I gain advantage.
What-
I gain bonus. I gain bonus damage. That's what it was.
Yeah, for hex blades.
Yeah. An 11.
Does not hit. Yeah, as you rush up and the curse, you can see it taking effect as this sort of unnatural energy kind of like courses over its like neck and head. But as you go to swing, it just slides across the scales.
Doing my best here, guys.
Right. So we are on to Turkin.
Alright. I'm going to I guess step out here
Mm-hmm.
so I can see the one that Ferric is fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And and I will cast, I'll do reckless casting on him at
Okay.
level 2. So I need 2d10s.
I think that's what the greens.
Yeah. So take these two. Let's see here, and
110.
alright, so the 10 I can re-roll.
Mm-hmm. Five and a 1.
So I cast both of those.
Mm-hmm. What are they?
Blur, so I would do blur on myself
Mm-hmm.
to basically give myself disadvantage. Like anyone attacking me has disadvantage unless they have blind sight or can see through illusions with true sight.
Okay.
And 5 is illusion. So I'm sorry, 5 is invisibility. So I reach out and touch dog and make him invisible.
Okay. So there's now an invisible goblin.
And that is my turn.
Not horrifying at all.
Alright, so dog, you are currently invisible, and there is a dragon on the ground close to you, and another dragon just kind of hovering off the air to your right.
Okay, and the dragon on the ground is currently incapacitated, or it just like fell down and is gonna have to use some movement to get back.
No,
No,
it
it's
just walked, and that one just didn't fly, because the ceiling's
Okay.
kind of low.
Yeah, I'm
You're
gonna
going
shoot.
invisible.
First I'm gonna move out here, and then I'm gonna shoot at this one. Crossbow 1d10 plus 4.
Alright, roll to hit.
Oof.
What's your modifier on that?
Plus 4.
Plus 4.
13.
Yeah, as you let loose the bolt, it just slides off the scales, no impact.
All right, and then I will reload.
Okay. With that, we are on to Dagger. A very wounded Dagger. Who is going to...
He loses the invisibility now because he made an attack.
Main attack, yeah. So invisibility is gone. That's correct. Dagger's going to take a swing at the dragon in front of him. Natural 1 on the first one as he goes for the stab, and just it ricochets off the scale. The dagger out of that hand just drops to the ground. And the second one just doesn't impact either, as he's just sort of frenzied after being bitten. So that brings it to Lila's turn.
Take it away.
Say what?
We're gonna take it away.
Alright, I'm gonna start with my my new skill, the Master of Inspiration.
Okay.
And I will use that on my 3 companions that aren't Dagger.
You're leaving Dagger out?
I had to choose. I had
Okay.
to make a choice.
Wait, I thought you could pick 4.
Well, no.
Oh, you're
'cause
putting
I
it on
already used
yourself.
one.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
I already used 1 inspiration dice, I think.
Let me make sure that's how that works. I don't know if that's... Let me double check.
I don't get any
yeah,
back for a short rest, do I?
Okay, yeah, no, so you only have 3 inspirations left, but it is as a bonus action, you spend 1 of your Bardic Inspiration dice, and you can pick up to 4 creatures. So you're only using 1 dice, but you can pick up to 4. And you can do it on yourself if you want.
Okay.
Got the Bible to yourself.
Okay, and then, after that, I'm gonna cast, Dissonant Whispers at level 2. Is the one in front of me in the air?
The one closest to you is in the air, yes.
Okay, then that one.
Okay, go ahead.
I think it's instantaneous.
Well, what's the save?
14 wisdom?
14 wisdom?
Or...
Ooh, that's rough.
He does not make it, so roll damage.
Yee.
Yee.
Okay. So that will be 4d6. Double check me if I'm wrong. Since I'm casting it at 2nd level.
Oh, you're casting it at 2nd? It's 46, yeah.
Did that? What?
What?
That doesn't look right. There we go. That's...
Okay, so 17 psychic damage. Alright.
And
Mm-hmm.
Immediately uses its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Okay.
You go now, Mr. Dragon. Fly, fly.
Alright, so... Alright, and with that, what are you doing to inspire your allies? It can be a dance, song, poetry. What you doing?
Sweet limerick.
Beat your
I don't
swords
think it
together.
says anything about having to do anything.
Well, it's a
So,
bardic
slap your swords
inspiration, it's
together.
implied. You're doing something to
Yeah.
inspire them bardically.
Do like a New Zealand warrior dance where they go out in front of each other.
I'll whip out my swords, I guess.
Okay. And just do like a little
And-
twirl as you're casting Dissonant Whispers.
Yeah.
Okay. So what that does, because you cast it on with Turgan, Dog, and Ferric, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so all 3 of you gain 5 temp HP.
Okay.
So you get 5
Hey.
free temporary health points, and you can all immediately move up to your movement right now as a reaction. If you would like to relocate, no opportunity attacks can hit you.
How far?
Your movement, so it's 30 for most of you, I believe, if not all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Is that dragon gonna move away?
It already did. It's back here.
Alright.
I'm going to come back here behind Dagger and just be like, "Are you alright?"
That's all I can get out, as it's not his
Okay.
turn.
Not alright, gotcha.
Alright, but with that, it'll go back to top of the round, and it is their turn. Let me see if that one gets his breath back. Which he does.
Shit. Poo.
With this one, let me Let me double check something on Dissonant Whispers. I want to see if it's just a reaction or if they have to stay there like fear.
I think it's just a reaction.
Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, it's just a reaction. Alright. And take back off. 30. And he's gonna do his acid breath, so Dagger and Turgan.
Oh,
Give me a
cool.
dex saving throw.
Huh. Oh, not good. I'm taking all that.
Stop it.
No, that's a lot of clanks.
It wasn't too bad. So you're gonna take 15 acid damage, Turgan.
Oh, I'm almost dead.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty bad for you, but as far as what I could have rolled, it wasn't bad.
I have 1 health left.
Yeah, I rolled
Actually, no,
one.
wait, hold on. The temp HP.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got temp
temp.
HP. That goes first.
So hold on.
Let me roll for Dagger's dex save. Oh, he makes it. He's gonna take 7.
I have 6 health left.
Yep, Dagger's not looking too hot either. As both of you just... He takes half damage as he tries to hug into the pillar as you just get fully blasted with it, but it's still acid is acid. This one here is going to attempt to bite you, Ferric.
Grab it.
What's your AC?
15.
15. So that
Sure.
is 16 to hit. That is 5 piercing damage and 4 acid damage.
Okay, it takes 5 cold damage
5 cold damage?
from Armor of Agathis.
Oh yeah. You got it. Alright, so you see as he bites into you and you sort of wince, but as the armor just sort of spikes, like the little ice spikes come out of yours and just pierce into its gums and jaw, you see the reaction as it kind of recoils back, surprised. Alright. And that is their turn. We are on to Turget again, who is not looking too hot.
Perfect music for right now.
There.
Very.
Oh, Ferric, sorry.
Hex is still on him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm not gonna do anything fancy. I'm just gonna roll to hit him.
Okay.
Be a 17.
That just hits.
D8 plus 7. So 10 damage.
10 damage. Nice. Yeah, and as you sort of just swing the blade across, there's like a visible surprise as you get like just into a sweet spot underneath the belly where the scales sort of soften and just slice straight through. Alright, you do anything for your bonus action or anything like that?
Let me see. No.
Alright, so Turgan, you are now up.
Alright, I am going to run back to my previous position. So 5, 10, 15, 20 right here. As I'm doing that, I'm going to use my bonus action to slug a potion back.
Okay.
So,
A 1d4 plus 2? Or 2d4 plus 2, sorry.
yeah, 2d4 plus 2.
Not
so
bad.
6, 7, 8. Yeah, I got 8 health back. So I have 14 health now. And then for my action, I will cast Magic Missile at level 2.
Okay. On which one?
So at the one that Ferric is hitting.
Okay. So roll damage.
So I need an extra d4.
Oh, where'd they go? Oh, they're there.
So these. No. Damn it. Alright. So, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 force damage.
Nice. Alright. As you sort of unleash this just barrage of purple energy as you are just scrolling through the book, you see all the impacts make contact as it's still recoiling from Ferric's strike. And the dragon seems surprised, and you see a slight look of panic in its eyes.
Lance, I think I need to do a concentration check actually too for my blur.
Oh, for your damage, yeah, you do.
So concentration is my spell modifier, right? No, it's like
No,
my...
concentration is by default 10 plus or minus a spell, but it depends on which is higher, your damage or 10. And I think you took 15. So half of that is 7. I think you just have to beat a 10. I'm gonna have to read up. I haven't done a concentration check in forever. I think you just have to beat a 10.
Yeah, because it was a level 2 spell, so it'd be 10 plus the spell, right? So it'd be 12.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, so I have to be better than a 12, correct?
On Geiger's 5e, its talent concentration check is DC equals 10 or half the damage you take, whichever number is higher.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Succeed on a Constitution saving throw to maintain your concentration. A DC equal to 10 or half the damage you take, whichever number is higher. Yeah, that's pretty much all it says. So half the damage would have been 7. So you just need to beat a 10.
Gotcha. Constitution saving throw. Yeah.
Oh baby.
Yep. So you're good. Blur is still up. All right.
My form is still a hodgepodge, like the scanner darkly, like it's just like morphing constantly.
Exactly. All right. So dog, you are up.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at him again. Does the
I like it.
Bardic Inspiration that gives you the +5 temp, does that give you any boost to your hit?
No, it's just temporary hit points. It just makes you harder to kill.
So this is.
Oh, I thought it was like actual inspiration that you could add a D6.
No. It's basically she's using 1 inspiration die to get up to 4 people, all bonus health and immediate reaction movement with no opportunity attacks.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, otherwise that'd be insanely strong.
That would be ridiculous. For the price of 1 given 4 people, Bardic Inspiration.
21.
To hit?
This guy. Yeah.
All right, with the crossbow, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead, roll damage.
And I'm gonna call Fury of the Small.
Okay.
Yes!
And also gonna call Sneak.
All right. Yeah. So go ahead and roll your
Yeah, because
damage.
Strickland's within 5 feet.
Yep.
Yeah, you're within 5.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
What
Yes.
the fuck is Fury this small? I've never.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
because he's a
watched-
goblin. Anytime he's fighting
Yeah.
something bigger than him, he gets to add his level in damage, so he gets +3 damage on the.
What? That's fucking awesome.
You get to do it. I think it's 1 time per short rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it once per short rest. So like when you're level 18, it's a free 18 damage because you're a goblin and everything's bigger than you.
You've never seen Sam Riegel do it?
No,
Campaign
I haven't
two?
watched-
Yeah,
I
he
haven't
hasn't watched
watched
campaign 2.
What
Oh.
did that roll?
You rolled a
Yeah, is
2
that
on the
3?
That's a 2,
2?
plus,
Okay, so
plus
that's
whatever.
5.
Mhm.
So plus 2d6.
Yeah, so roll 2d6.
9.
So 9 plus
So
5.
14.
So 14. Well, your crossbow, you rolled a 2. What's the plus on the crossbow damage itself?
Oh, that's +4.
Okay, so you did 18 damage.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Solid.
So,
That was
how do you
fucking
want to do
solid.
this on this dragon?
Holy Jesus!
Oh!
You headshot him!
Yeah, I want to headshot him. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Make it a unicorn dragon.
yeah, so between
Yeah,
Let's go!
unicorn dragon.
Ferric's just kind of piercing slash in the underbelly, and then just a barrage of arcane missiles, and now you just readying your massive crossbow and just loosing it from behind the pillar. It just has no time to react. It's just getting beaten from all sides in just a matter of seconds as you see it go straight through its left eye, pierced pretty deep, where only the feathers at the back of the bolt are kind of showing as it still tries to roar, and you see gurgling as the green acid sort of spews from its mouth, and it just sort of falls at your feet, Ferric.
I'd like immediately like turn towards like dog and be like, "That was incredible."
That's it.
All right. You still have your bonus action and movement if you want to use it, dog.
Yeah, I would like to. Shit. You can't use bonus action to stab if you've already taken.
No,
firing action.
you would have to have stabbed with your main action
Okay,
first.
so then yeah, I'm just gonna reload and like run like,
Over there. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. You got it. So
Told
now-
you, dude. The dagger was our most disposable asset. He's been like making it so we only have to fight one dragon. Just getting like shoot wait in the corner.
Yeah, so Dagger is going to once again attempt to try to... Well, first, he's going to use his bonus action to pick up his other dagger that he dropped in his panic and use his attack to try to stab this dragon again. And once again, he can't. He just can't get through the scales. You hear his like yelping behind the pillar. No one can really see him from where y'all are all at. You just sort of see the daggers flying and just like swinging as the dragon just seems almost amused.
Oh my god, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it's basically the Jurassic Park bathroom scene where the guy's like trying to hide and this T-Rex is like, nope.
Oh my god.
That's brutal.
Lilith, you're up again. I didn't realize I'm moving.
Lilith.
Hello.
She is terrified of dragons.
Clearly. Hill, are you muted or what?
She's not muted. She might be
Give me a
like
second.
doing something. That was pretty awesome. You just like domed that dragon.
Alright, we still have 2, right?
All right.
One left.
So what are you doing?
Sweet. Well, considering how effective it was the first time, I'm gonna cast the Dissonant Whispers on it again.
First level this time?
Sure, why not?
I'm pretty sure it has to be. I think you only have 1 second slot. Or do you have 2? I can't
Incorrect.
remember. You do have 2? Okay, so yeah, that's
do
your
have
call
2.
then.
Yeah, I'll save it. I'll do first level.
Okay, and what's the wisdom save again?
14. Oh, sorry. I rolled out of time.
Wait, what are you rolling for?
Well, because it took you so long, I thought I had to roll to hit, but...
No. I was asking what the save was. So 14 wisdom? Yeah, he makes it, so go ahead and roll damage, and we'll have it. It's 3d6.
Okay,
Well,
11 total, so...
So 5 damage. Alright. So as you sort of let out this just incoherent, dark whispering kind of focused on this dragon, you see it kind of shake its head, trying to shake it off. And it sort of struggles for a second, manages to finally kind of pull through and sort of glances around the room to see. He just sort of barely makes eye contact with you as he's trying to find the target that's doing this to him. But you still have your bonus action and your movement.
I think I'm good.
Alright. So top of the round, it is the dragon's turn. He is going to... try to finish off Dagger.
Please, no!
Actually... Yeah, no, he's gonna try. But he fails. He tries and it just, Dagger, a little bit too quirky, too wild, just sort of ducks down as the dragon oversteps, just sort of distracted from Lilith's dissonant whispers. With this seemed like a lost cause, and Dagger kind of already on his last legs, he's going to attempt to get some distance as he sees his comrade has fallen. So he's going to take to the air again, taking an opportunity attack from Dagger, who misses. And he's going.
Or for the course.
He's going to sort of fly just about here and just kind of hover in the air about 10 feet off the ground. And with that, that is his turn. So we are on to Ferric again.
I'm gonna go ahead and run up right in front of him, right below him, rather. And pull out my long sword, and the black gem is now in the hilt, so I wanna put my sword sideways and channel Eldritch Blast through that.
Okay, roll to hit. Say it, Warlock. Eldritch Blast.
Leave me alone. I'm never using it again. I'm never using it again.
Oh
I rolled a 2. I'm never using it again.
Wait, don't you have
I'm a
two?
warlock
Don't
that
you
will
have?
never use Eldritch
Is it
Blast.
just one bolt at level 3?
It's
or level
one at level 1.
That's right. That's right. I forgot.
2 beams at 5th level.
I gotcha. All right. Yep. So as you kind of try to get underneath it, you raise your sword and loose this just purple orb of force energy. As it kind of launches up, the dragon just sort of swings to the side a bit, and it just kind of crashes into the ceiling above. You see some rubble kind of fall down, some dust hitting your face. All right. But with that, Turgan, you're up.
Well then, I'm going to turn and I will do. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to do reckless casting, but at level 1.
Okay, go for it.
2d10.
8 and 6. So you get to. So in that case, you pick one, right?
Yeah, I pick one and I drop the other one. Alright, well 6 is fog cloud, and that's not really useful right now. And the other one is magic missile.
Of course it is.
Would you look at that?
So I'll drop the fog cloud for magic missile. So that's 3d4 plus 1. So 5, 9, 12.
12 damage.
Full force damage.
All right. As you loose these purple rays once again, you see the dragon's immediate fear as it saw it be one of the aspects it took down its brother. As it tries to move out of the way, just all three just penetrate through the wings, and you see it kind of sear in pain and begin to struggle to kind of stay afloat. It's still alive, just barely, just struggling to keep its weight aloft.
I'm now with my movement just gonna get into cover.
Okay, cool. I'm hiding.
Yeah.
All right.
And run away.
The dog, you're up.
Yeah, I did reload. Okay. Yeah, I'll
Go get him,
I'll
dog.
shoot at him. I have 8 volts. Yep.
Yes, get him.
Firing. Nope.
Yeah, as
And reloading.
it's sort of having struggles trying to keep itself afloat, it makes it a hard target to kind of focus on as it's sort of dipping and rising and dipping and rising, and the bolt just goes slightly astray. With that, Dagger is up. He's going to attempt to run up to support Ferric.
Thanks, buddy.
And he can't swing to hit him, so he's going to try to throw his daggers since y'all are terrible influences from last
not
time.
This again. Not this again. I'm sorry.
Do it, Dagger.
First dagger is gone.
Yep.
Ooh, maybe. Second dagger actually hits.
Hey!
The first one just flies into his hands like a foul ball.
Yeah, basically, it's just gone. You don't need to see where it went. It's like trying to follow a golf ball. It's just out of here.
Random Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, does it hit someone in the crowd? Oh my god.
But as he looses the dagger, just after rolling for damage, you see it fly up. You go, oh, this might actually hit, and you see it kind of just stick ever so slightly, just barely, like a half inch, and like the dragon's like toe. Just it hit. It's just barely there though.
Oh my god.
So is this thing like literally like balancing on like dental floss about to die?
It looks really, really rough. That's for sure.
Blow on it. Blow on it.
So with that, Lilith, you are up.
Alright.
Gotcha, Lance.
And that should be plus... Is it 4?
For your scimitar?
Yeah.
I believe so,
Does that have
yeah.
dual wield?
I believe so. I can double check for you real quick. So,
That's as close as you can get to punching someone in the face verbally. What you just did there.
yeah, it's +4. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, so it's
Alright, so
it's
that's
above you.
unnatural
So
20.
so are you throwing it? Because it's like too high for you to like swing at, really. Like you can throw your scimitar, and you have like tavern brawl, so it's not with disadvantage or anything.
Saying if you throw a sword at this dragon and it dies, that's gonna be pretty metal. Just saying.
I mean, I already called it, so I guess I'm gonna try.
Okay, well, I mean it hits.
I believe in you.
So roll damage.
Okie dokie. Yay!
What is that?
That's
Eight total.
damage. Oh, we switched to the metal part of the songs.
All right.
This is the success time.
So with that, how do you want to do this as you fling your
Yes,
scimitar
yes.
across the sky into
Oh my
this
God, that's
dragon?
Music.
Yeah, right when the music kicks in, of course.
No metal.
I mean, it's a dragon, so it deserves its dignity. So I'll say it's like a neck shot, I guess. Assuming it won't spill acid on us.
All right. So as you just kind of run up and just heave your scimitar ever so gracefully up into the sky, just flying over Ferric's shoulders, you see like just like go by your ear. You look up as it just rotates and just sinks like right into the heart of this dragon, who kind of looks down in disbelief, and you see him sputtering even harder to try to stay afloat. As just acid begins to sort of bleed out of the wound, and he begins to just fall to the ground. I need both y'all to make a dex save, including Dagger, to try to not get crushed by a falling dragon.
But it's falling backwards.
Yeah, get out of the way!
Ah.
Throw a sword into a fucking dragon, kill it, have it fall on you. And
What?
That's metal as fuck.
Some Conan stuff. What'd you get?
I
Ferric?
rolled a 19.
You're good. And what'd you get, Lilith? Or did you roll for you yet? Hello.
When did Nathan Explosion join our fucking our D&D? Yeah,
What are you talking about?
your wife's apparently Nathan Explosion, dude. Just
It's brutal.
brutal.
Metalocalypse. I love that.
Lilith, did you roll a
It's
save
kind of
yet?
me.
No, Lilith, no.
Satan has returned to claim what is rightfully his. She is being pulled into the abyss. Quick, Dia, to the other room. You must save her. Pull her back from the bowels of hell.
She just rolls.
Oh yeah. No, it would be a D20 plus 4. It's a dex save. So 10. What? So you made it barely. As the dragon sort of plummets to the ground beneath you, as all three of you, just Ferric, Dagger, and Lilith, begin to just very quickly take a step back as it just plummets down. As just this kind of pool of acid begins to spread across the sand, just sort of eating away at the ground beneath it. As Lilith victoriously steps forward and kind of draws her dagger out of the dragon's heart. And with that, just an uproarious, just raucous applause spreads over the entire arena. It's just everyone sort of standing. Oh my god, yes! Yeah, exactly. There's just a lot of screaming and doubts, and like looking at the bodies of these dragons, you can see they probably fought dozens of fights. And as you're kind of
The
looking
song
down,
is live, right? A bunch of bards just started like playing, right?
oh yeah,
Spontaneously.
yeah. I mean, there's been music going on in the background. It's sort of drowned out by sort of the clapping and the cheering, as these large metal bars that have been brought up to kind of promote the safety of the crowd, at least, begin to sort of lower back into the stands. As the announcer steps back up, it's just like, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in, I'd say, 2 months at least, we have a gauntlet champion, Daggerfall. As like just everyone just stands up and is just clapping for y'all. As some of you are still pretty banged up, particularly you, Turgan, even with the health. Just a little bit of acid all over as you're kind of walking around the arena, having to watch your step from all the breath. Dagger is surprisingly quiet and unnerved. As you can see, just a bite mark that essentially takes up the entirety of his entire like chest. And just acid burns. Half of his clothes are melting as he's walking. Eyebrows gone.
I'm going to make my way over to the closest dragon, that the first one we killed, and I'm going to take some vials and like basically get some of the acid slobber, I guess, that it's drooling out of its
I'll
mouth.
just take a moment out of character to point out that it's been exactly like 30 seconds since we won this battle, and Mech is starting to kick
Yeah, immediately. Yeah, give me
I'm an intellect, damn it.
I would say give me a survival check to make sure you like do it without like, you know, getting it on you or burning yourself or anything like that. But I would say with advantage because you can take your time.
Yeah. So 12 plus 2, that's 14.
If I was a member of this crowd, I'd be so confused right now.
Yeah, everyone's cheering and he sort of walks off.
7, so 14.
14? Okay. So as you kind of go over and move over to the first dragon, sort of get out your vial. It takes you a second. You're kind of being cautious to make sure you get like a solid drip going and it doesn't fall on your, you know, metal hand or your human hand. But but over time, you're able to get 2 vials of acid.
Wonderful. Can put use to this later, and I kind of just like store it in. I'm assuming that we're not really going to get to harvest these, right?
Yeah,
I kind of look to the rest of the group for like an answer.
If possible, I would really like to completely skin both of these.
You can ask. What were you saying, Lil?
Yeah, is it? Yeah, go ahead, Lil.
When I went to pull my sword out of its chest, I got a close look at all the scars on its body, and I'm just a little sad for it.
Yep. Understandably so. Black dragons are not the friendliest dragons, but they are still dragons, so it's sort of an inherent kind of noble reverence.
Yeah, I would be lying if I said I didn't try to think of a way where we could like get the dragons the fuck out. But yeah, we would have died.
We must free the chaotic evil black dragons.
Shut up.
And out of our thanks for saving them, they'll burn us alive.
Thank you for saving me out of the kindness of your heart.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
But as you're sort of gathering these vials and Lilith sort of examining the body, you see up on the balcony just the silhouette of a single woman kind of step forward, and the first time you kind of get a vision of the lady of the house, as she's been called. She appears to be a human woman. She is, from up here, it's hard to get a good look. She has kind of dark red hair, kind of pockmarked face with freckles and smile lines. She seems dressed really well, but not in like the fashion you might have expected. She's like not in a dress or anything. She's in very well crafted dark leathers and kind of a very thick leather overcoat on top of all of it, just sort of standing there and very like quietly clapping and just sort of nodding to the arena master and to you, all of you, as she sort of steps back behind the curtain into the chamber as the arena master makes his way into the pit with you. So, great job. It was actually a good show. I had my doubts. So did, I think, a few of us, but good on ya. And he's sort of looking, like, each of you just kind of looks over at Dagger, kind of like, ugh, kind of looks back.
So, two things, if I may ask, Mr. Announcer Man. One, when do we get our money? And two, is there any chance that we can kind of harvest anything off of these once proud creatures?
I mean, well, you'll get your money as soon as you get cleaned up a bit. We'll take you up to the lady's chamber. But as far as harvesting these, I don't see a problem with it. I mean, someone's gonna do it. If you think you earned it.
Great, thank you. I just turn around.
Sick, and I just pull out a knife.
Oh god.
Hey, Turgan, can't you like get me like a jug of that acid while you're down there?
I'm already on it.
All right. As y'all kind of are doing your thing, he sort of looks back to Dog and Lilith. He's like, so, as I mentioned at sign up, you're receiving 1,000 gold and to speak with the lady. Just
Each, right?
Not quite. My understanding.
Nah, that was the deal. Was 1,000 gold each.
And
No.
I kind of come up from like the corpse and be like, I remember it being each.
No, that definitely wasn't it. It's never been 1,000.
No, that was
each.
100% it.
No, it was
Can I
250.
roll for insistence?
No. No, it was definitely 1,000 each for the group fight. It was 250 for an individual. If you want to get back in here and fight somebody else, we can up the price, of course. But
It was definitely 1,000 each for a group fight. You literally just said those words. Just
I heard it.
no, I said it was
Yes, you
never
just said-
1,000
no,
each.
You said it was 1,000 each for a group fight and 250 each for an individual fight just now. Right here in front of everybody in my group, which are terrible witnesses because they're... Yeah. You
What?
intentionally didn't have anybody else here but us for this, didn't you?
What are you talking about?
Like, you didn't want people to bear witness to the fact that you're a complete scam artist and fully intended to feed us to those dragons, and then if we miraculously came through the fight, not pay us what we're owed.
We've paid out several times. It's just been a while. You'll get your 1,000 gold, which is what was said at sign up.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. It was very
Okay,
clearly
how much
stated.
do you think you made it door tonight?
That doesn't matter. I mean, if you want to
It
fight
doesn't?
with me about it, then we can just have you killed, and congratulations, there was no winner.
You're
kind of in the
you're
wrong
gonna-
position to be fighting with the arena master in his arena, surrounded by jackboots.
I mean, we just killed your dead dragons are literally sitting out there, right?
Yes, I see that, and do
Right, so you... Okay, Lilith, I'm gonna let you talk to this guy, because I'm gonna literally have a fucking aneurysm.
Sort of looks over to Lilith, kind of recomposes himself. So, whenever you're ready, we'll escort you up. It's 1,000 gold for the group winnings. And then the lady will have words with you. Anything else I can be of assistance with?
Just can you help me pull this tooth out of his face?
And he sort of ushers somebody else over to kind of go and like help you.
I didn't ask for him. I asked for you.
Yeah, well, I'm not getting my hands in that thing. Like, I can't believe you are. And he's just staring at you as you're like very cautiously trying to not get acid on yourself, reaching into this thing's mouth.
Listen, this is the most exciting thing I've been a part of in quite, like 6 months.
I'm very happy for you.
Well, you should get in here. It's fascinating.
Yeah. With that, yeah, you can catch me outside the gate whenever you're done. Sort of makes his way out of the arena, leaving you essentially alone here. Some of the jackboots come in and start kind of raking the sand of sort of the acid and the blood, trying to kind of bury it a bit, but they're kind of leaving you to your own devices with the corpses.
Excuse me.
Way to step up there, Lilith.
I wanted to ask one of you, if you don't mind me bothering you while you're doing your chores. Where would I find a set of boots like yours, but smaller?
They kind of like look at each other and sort of like the light like kind of chuckle, just like, yeah, join the Lacarian army. They'll give you plenty of boots, I promise.
Ah,
You can probably get some custom made if you wanted, but you know, all of ours came for free. Well, cost of joining the army, I guess, isn't free, but you get what I'm saying.
yes, of course. Well, and in any case, would one of you like to be my assistant, so to speak, and help me kind of dissect these cadavers?
Yeah, one kind of inches closer is like, it's dead, right? Kind of
Very
kicks at it
much.
a bit. Yeah, sure, why not?
Thank you. And I just kind of get to work. So I guess, like, with his help, like, how much do I salvage, like, his scales and claws and stuff?
I'm gonna say give me another survival check, and we'll just cover all the rest of the things.
Gotcha.
And Stricken, are you doing the same thing? Or Ferric, sorry?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd like to do the same.
Yeah, same thing. So survival check.
I got a 14.
Okay.
Oh, I butchered it. I butchered the hide.
What'd you roll, a 7?
I rolled a 1.
What?
Hmm.
Oh, I didn't even see
I
that.
butchered the hide.
Yeah. As you're over there trying your best, you just like can't find a really good soft spot to kind of get under it with the dagger. It's just like just kind of puncturing, and you see Turgan, like it takes him a while, but he's kind of working his way through it over there with some help. But Turgan, you do have the 2 vials of acid already. You do manage to get a third one, kind of going through the different wounds. You have about 4 dragon's teeth that actually like are clearly dragon's teeth, the canines. The rest, it's sort of it's still a young dragon, so it's hard to kind of tell that it wasn't a wolf or something else. And then you do get about 6 dragon scales, but you're not sure of the value because they are quite small still. But these are like perfect dragon scales. Like these are the ones you didn't butcher, like cutting out.
Gotcha. So 6 dragon scales, 3 teeth, and another vial.
4 teeth and then 3 acid total.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to Dog and be like, I managed to pull 3 vials of acid. Here you go.
Thanks. And yeah, I guess I'll just accept them and dip my remaining 7 bolts into it.
I'd be very careful about that. I mean, it might burn the bolts quite literally off.
Oh yeah, I should probably do that like right before I fire them, huh? But yeah, speaking of bolts, can I recover the 2 bolts that I fired at the dragon?
Yeah, easy enough. Yeah, you're able to. They're still intact, although it is pretty deep, and you're kind of like, given your stature, kind of pulling on it, both feet kind of on its belly, like yanking. But you finally do manage to get both of them out.
Fantastic.
Alright, well, I seem to have gotten everything I could off of the other young dragon. How about you, Ferric? How did you... I kind of peer behind him.
Yeah, about that.
Like
Yeah,
slashes.
it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. You can tell he was trying, but he's just a little bit too eager. Kept missing like all the good cuts and just making him worse.
I just reach my mechanical hand out and just be like, It comes with practice, my friend. And by that point, I look at my arm. How badly fucked up is my arm from the acid?
It's okay. It's functional still, but there's like, even now currently looking at it, you can see just sort of the sizzling in a couple spots. Like, oh.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, it just sort of has rotted a few holes kind of within the mechanics. Everything seems to still be turning, but it's definitely going to take some work.
Well, gonna have to fix that. Well, in any case, don't worry, Eric. It comes with time. I mean, I wasn't as good as I am now till now. You understand what I mean.
Sure
Anyways,
thing, buddy.
let's go get our money.
Yeah. Screw this dragon anyway. I don't want its hide.
But as you make your way out of the arena, the arena master is sort of standing there talking with the madam, and she sort of ushers you over and kind of begins sort of leading you back towards the upstairs portion where you were prior, with all the casino tables and all that. Kind of guiding you through, taking you sort of a side door that opens up into sort of a long hallway. And as she sort of approaches this far door, this door is a much more ornate and well taken care of. There's several doors kind of offshooting. It looks like these might be like the inns, or even maybe where the workers stay. There's not a whole lot of movement in this hall. But as you get to the final door, she sort of just turns back and is like, well, it was a pleasure. I wish you all the luck meeting the lady. And if you ever need any other help or companionship, I'll be about on the floor.
Oh, thank you very much for your hospitality. I guess we should see ourselves inside.
Yes. As she sort of like steps out of the way of the door and kind of just undoes the knob and sort of pushes it open for you, but not all the way. Just sort of usher you in.
Thank you. I take a step in.
Okay. As you enter, the room itself is similar to it's not covered in fabric like the silk room, but it's similar in style. It's very grandiose. There's a large desk that's got ornate kind of etchings and wood carvings into all the legs, a similar matching chair behind it. You can see it's doubles as like a bed chamber and an office, as there's this large sort of canopy bed. And then you notice on the far wall, the entire wall is covered in multiple mirrors. And then to your left, you can see the curtains that lead out onto that balcony that overlooks the arena. And then you see the face you just barely made out when she was on the balcony of human woman, deep blue eyes, dark red auburn hair, a very pretty face, but it's sort of pockmarked and light freckles and smile lines. Dressed well, but, in black leathers. She has sort of the long coat she's wearing is very distinctive, and you can see it was probably custom made. There's a lot of like gold inlay and things into the seaming, and it goes about to her knees. And she sort of like waves you in further. She's sort of leaning back, sitting on her desk.
It's quite a nice room you have here.
Yes, I appreciate that. It's a good fight. A very good fight.
Well, thank you. I honestly wasn't expecting a dragon, so to speak, but let alone two. But I feel like our group handled it quite well.
Yes, I would say so. I mean, not one of you even fell, which was the most impressive part. I figured we'd lose at least two. I was... No offense, but everyone was placing bets. It's sort of the joy of the arena.
Can we get like a percentage of that for the people who are betting for us?
Yeah, I'd like to know.
Perhaps. We'll discuss further. I like to meet my winners first, and then maybe we can work something else out. I have no problem with paying.
Who was voted most likely to die?
Most likely to die? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to know like our polling numbers.
Oh.
That's a good question, dog.
I wouldn't want to hurt any relationships. But if you must know, it was you, sir. She sort of motions to Turgan. Your magic work was great, but you did drop in the prior match, I believe, or came very close. So,
how is it not me or Dagger? That's fucking nuts.
Well, you were second. Sorry.
Obviously.
Dagger has a bit of a reputation. We figured worst case scenario, he'd just, get swallowed and live there for a while, so.
That actually makes sense. And live there for a while? Somehow that makes sense to me, Ferric. I don't like, you've met Dagger.
That's a fair point, actually. Holy crap.
As Dagger is sort of with you, but he's just sort of like fidgeting and not really paying attention, just sort of like, he doesn't know what to do now that the fight's over. He's just sort of like looking for more entertainment, kind of scanning around the room.
Yeah, speaking of Dagger, do you think we broke him?
Oh, no, dear, he's been broken. It's fine. He's done some work for us and some others for quite a while. He just likes fighting. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Lance, I'm gonna look at her boots, because I'm guessing she has her feet on the desk.
With a T?
Boots.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
With a T.
Say
With
what?
a T, right? Like a hard T.
Wait, what?
It's boots with a hard T.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no, she's wearing the same boots as everybody else. The leather, like black military Lacarian jackboot.
Of her boots.
Yes.
Okay.
She sort of just sits there and kind of notices everybody stare at her boots suddenly. But anyway, I was curious, so, who's the one that, had the coin to get you in?
What?
Yes, how'd you get into our establishment? Somebody was ex-military, I was just curious.
I'll hold it up.
Ah. What city were you based out of?
Lycarian.
Beautiful city. I always preferred Lion's Hold myself, but Lycarian has its own.
What's Lion's Hold?
It's another city to the west.
No, I'm asking in character.
Oh, it says city
It's
to
it's
the
another
west.
city. It's under Lycarian control.
Why is it called Lion's Hold?
Don't ask me.
Do they breed lions?
Well, there were lions prevalent in the area. I'm sure that had something to do with it, but...
Kind of an awesome name.
Yes, it was quite nice. Good life there. So, did you serve any of the wars? I mean, you look kind of young, actually, so I suppose not. How many years?
No. Just the, standard enlistment period that I...
Just the, standard enlistment period, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
I was ranked soldier.
Third.
Yeah, well then, everyone does, pays the dues, I suppose. Well, it's nice of you to visit and be a part of our little arrangement we have here. But before we get too far into this, and she sort of grabs from behind her on the desk sort of this large chest. She's like, this is yours? Kind of holding it out, waiting for someone to take it from her.
I was just a question.
Yes.
Me and my compatriot Og here had I assume a bit of a misunderstanding. I was led to believe, well, a lot of us were led to believe that it would have been 1,000 gold per person, not just 1,000 gold for the group. I'm just confused in that regard.
Oh no, it's 1,000 gold for the group. The misunderstanding might have been from the announcer. He tends to slur. But the payment that we do here is if you do an individual fight and you're victorious, it's 250 gold. That is stacking, so you can fight as many times as you want built up. That's what most of the people here do. The gauntlet itself is structured, but it is 1,000 gold flat for the payout. You do get a bonus for showmanship, which is, and she sort of reaches back and gives you a kind of a smaller like pouch, but it's still pretty hefty. And that's essentially for the style in which you fight. No gimmicks really, no cheating, things like that.
Yeah, I think you should make sure that, like, in the future, you're, like, absolutely clear about, like, how your payment structuring works, because, yeah, I mean, if somebody blatantly tells us we're going to get 1,000 gold each for this fight, and then immediately afterwards says it's just 1,000 overall, it kind of seems like somebody's trying to fuck us. Could you see how somebody might get the wrong idea with something like that there?
Well, to be fair, 1,000 gold each is laughably insane. The average employee anywhere in this city makes a silver to maybe a gold a day. So
maybe 5
But
fights,
can
and you
they
have
kill
1,000 gold for one person versus
Well-
3 fights. So it doesn't seem that insane.
Well, not only that, but we're literally risking our lives. Is it really that
And,
insane to think of?
mathematically, it's like not inconsistent with what you're paying for the individual fight.
yes, of course. The individual fights are honestly a little bit tougher because you can't rely on others to keep your ass up.
No,
But-
so I'm not disputing whether or not they are or aren't tougher. I'm disputing what we were told up front. I'm trying to say that people could get the wrong idea, like they're getting fucked. You get what I'm saying? They're putting their lives on the line.
well,
Just clear communication is all.
sure.
I was actually trying to be like somewhat vaguely menacing there, but all right.
Yeah, she doesn't.
thanks-
she
thanks,
seems to have
Karen.
stopped giving a shit about what you were saying probably about 5 minutes ago, as you've gone onto this tirade about getting paid more. As she's literally handing you a kit chest and a bag full of gold, and you're still like, more money, please. Well, anyways, do what you wish with the money. I don't care much. So, what's brought you down here? I just like to. You're new in town, clearly. Are you looking for work? Looking for a night out? You found your way to the bottom of the basements, so you knew your way about a little bit, it seems.
We're just in the area, on vacation, if you will.
Here for the festival.
Indeed.
Well, do enjoy it. It is probably the nicest time of the year to be in Turin. I'm usually not up here much myself. It's cold drives me crazy, but I must ask. With the fact that you were able to handle yourself a bit, are y'all looking for work?
I guess a manner of speaking, we are on a job as of right now. We're just trying to make some extra money to then move on with our arrangements.
Understood. Okay. People who make their way through the arenas pretty spectacularly, much like yours. I try to find a place within the organization to, put your talents to use. So many people just waste away in the streets doing basic trade and such when there's bigger gold, bigger opportunity out there. But if you're interested, I do have 2 jobs available if you were, if it struck your fancy, so it were.
Maybe give us a rundown.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I
Okay.
don't like this lady. She's just gonna pay us like a quarter of what she initially promises.
You know what, you're right. It was great meeting you. You'll have a great day.
Too. All right.
Well, I'm just going to take the gold then.
Yes, help yourself. And she sort of just kicks off the desk and takes a seat back.
She must have been the last contestant to lose to those dragons.
Oh, in any case, I think that went as well as it could. And it's gonna shimmy the case and the pouch, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's
it's-
so alien about expecting to get paid what you were told up front. What a bitch.
Well, to be fair, out of character, I totally said 1,000 gold in the video. Flat.
I could have sworn we made you specify that it was each. at the
I might
top.
have. I'll rewatch it, but yeah, either way.
Okay.
But as you kind of make your way back down the hallway and enter back into what is the kind of second floor of the establishment going down, you're on the kind of the casino level, lugging a very heavy chest and a little bit more manageable pouch of gold. What would you like to do?
This is actually very heavy. Can someone who is a little stronger take this?
I'll grab it.
Oh, thank you. I think we should probably just have a seat and get a few drinks and rest for a minute.
Okay.
I don't know what everybody else is thinking.
I think quick rest would be nice.
All right, so sort of find a booth, grab a drink.
The minute we like sit down, like I kind of like situate myself, I guess, in the corner of the kind of table. I'm just gonna like slouch back and like kind of tilt my head down and kind of act like I'm resting, and I'm gonna channel through Ganymede and fly him up to like where the boss lady's perch was or whatever.
Look, on the balcony?
Yeah, and just kind of like sit there and see what I can hear.
So you're not
I'm
going
not gonna be like obviously like in like in
a
front
bird
of the thing.
in
I'll be, like,
in a basement level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, roll a perception for him.
Alrighty, hold on. Not the best. 6 plus says 9.
9. You don't really hear much. Kind of looking through, you can see her sort of just sitting back behind the desk, kind of boots propped up on the desk itself, arms crossed, as she seems to be looking sort of just across the room. No conversations being had as Ganymede kind of hops along the balcony ledge a little bit more. You can see that the wall of mirrors that you saw when you walked in are all like essentially screens that are all showing different things, like from all over the place, some within the bar, some without the bar, and she's just sort of monitoring them.
Is there a screen looking at us?
There is one looking at your floor, not you directly. Like you see the familiar casino tables, you can't really make out too many details from there.
Got you. Beyond that, like, can I get an idea of what else she's looking at?
It seems to be a little bit of everything. She has a view of the arena, she has a view of the top floor, she has a view of all the little walkways around the bar itself from the outside, all seeming to come from angles that don't make sense to you. Like, you like seeing the one with the casino types, you look over there's nothing visible there. Like, there's a torch, and that's it.
On the casino level, it's just looking at a torch.
No, not the screen. I'm saying you looking where you think this spell was cast, there's like nothing visible there. There's no like component hanging that's like an obvious function. It just seems to be yeah.
Okay, got you. So she's looking at the casino floor and she's looking at like some of the other floors and maybe outside too.
Yeah, just kind of keep an eye on the tavern as a whole.
Got you. I kind of is there like rafters above where like Ganymede is now?
On that floor, yeah, there's a few around the edges to support the above floor.
So I basically quickly float him up to like a higher area and then come out of him and kind of like act like I'm like stirring awake, and I kind of just lean in and be like, I think she might be watching us. Those mirrors in her room or some sort of viewing device to see parts of the establishment. I mean, I'm not saying that she's watching us directly, but in any case, she could have eyes on us right now.
I want to flip her off so bad, but I don't want to let her know we know she's watching. Like, my finger is twitching.
I mean, I don't even think any of us really got her name.
Nope.
You never asked.
Right.
Oh, dog,
We got our gold and we left.
I know that could have probably been handled a little better, but still, I think it went good.
No, I was just going to leave. I didn't think she'd just kick all of us out.
Well, I think she sees us as an entire entity.
Go talk to her. Lilith, why are you so quiet? I figured you would have, like, chimed in there. Like, you know, maybe smacked me on the back of the head to keep me from pissing the boss lady.
Out of character. I think I'm gonna have to go spray her with a spray bottle. I think she's falling asleep.
Oh, okay.
But with
Yeah.
But
You're
with
alive.
yeah.
Can I roll a perception while we're there, Lance?
What? Just on this casino floor?
Yeah, to see if I see any woman with a birthmark above the right eye.
Yeah, go ahead.
It'd be a 17.
As you sort of like really cautiously and carefully sort of scan everybody on this floor, there's a lot of pretty women, but no one with a birthmark that matches. Pretty much the only one that draws your attention is the lady from before, who just seems to be a bit younger and a bit more nervous. That just sort of seems to be faking her job the entire time, and that's the only thing that stands out to you.
Oh, and the woman's name was Madame Maid Rose.
Yeah, the lady of the house, yeah. Or the madam of the house, pardon me.
Sin Lilith.
How far away is the lady faking her job?
From you, she seems to be sort of like, I'd say probably like 20 feet away. Just sort of, she's going to the tables and sort of taking orders, but she's not really like... You can see she's making no actual effort to do her job. She's sort of just faking it to keep the eyes off of her, as the madam is sort of in the far corner, kind of just watching how the floor is being worked. But, with that, we are going to go ahead and take our first break, so everyone get a drink, go to the bathroom, make a coffee.
Okay.
All right.
And we will be right back in about 10 or so minutes, so stay tuned.
Bye, everybody. We'll be back.
All right, and we are back. Okay, so where we left off, y'all were sitting in a booth on the sort of the second floor of the casino level of the Repose, sort of, you know, bring in your chest and sack of gold that you just won, and kind of scanning the area for people that looked, you know, suspicious or had the birthmark that you're looking for. The only person that really stood out to you was the sort of finicky girl that you saw last session as well, who just doesn't seem to really fit in, but she seems to work there. And that's it. So as you're kind of sitting in this booth, what do you want to do?
Yeah, like I was saying, I don't think I should go back to talk to the boss lady if you go up there, but
Did all of us notice fidgety?
Last
just,
session you did. This session, I think it's just Ferric so far.
Oh.
Yeah. So far. Does she look a little off to the rest of you?
who?
I'm not sure I follow.
I'm gonna point over to Fidgety Girl. She just seems uneasy. She doesn't feel comfortable here yet.
Perhaps you should go over there and talk to her.
I think you should send Lilith.
Okay.
Girls are like less threatened by like girls, right?
That's probably a good idea.
And you're sort of talking about this. Dagger sort of like eases back up to the booth. I think I'm gonna go rest. And you see he's still like got bite marks and he's like kind of bloody still. A little bit of acid still dripping. Can I get my cut? I don't. You don't have to give me an even cut. I don't care. I just need to go to a doctor.
Oh no, Dagger. Hold on. I have a healer's kit on me. No, that's just to stabilize in case they're down. Actually, never mind. Can't do anything with that. It's pointless.
I mean, like, I'll go with you if you want, but we're not going to like some sketchy back alley sawbones.
He kind of looks at you and kind of like cocks his head. Is there some kind of legitimate doctor I'm unaware of? I've only ever gone to the same guy. His name's Tim. He's got like one leg. Seems nice.
I'm gonna divvy out 200 gold and pass it to him, and pass 200 to everybody, divided neatly.
Yeah, Tegan, you want to maybe hang on to mine until I get back with Dagger? I don't know. I'm not sure I'm coming back from this trip.
I don't think you should go, then? I don't really want you to die.
I'll be fine. I've believe it or not, I've been worse.
Can we go to the legitimate doctor instead of your Tim guy?
No.
I feel a lot safer. And you have all this gold now? I bet you could afford whatever attention you need.
No. They ask too many questions. I can't have that. How'd you get stabbed so many times, Dagger? Why are you covered in acid, Dagger? It's just too much.
Maybe, in that case, maybe just meet us back here when you're done. I'm really sorry. I like you. Not enough to die for you because you won't go to a regular doctor.
What's the worst that could happen?
We could both die. That's why I'm not coming.
I mean,
Yeah, like I said,
they're gonna
sepsis, I'll be
doing-
back.
fair.
He sort of like limps away. He still has both daggers in his hands because that's like the only way he knows how to like function. He's sort of like
Charming. What a charming.
Imagine him going to a normal doctor. Sorry, out of character. With like just 2 daggers out.
My hands are
Please
glued this
fix
way. I haven't been able to move my knuckles in 10 years.
Oh my god.
But yeah, the total of the gold there is it was 1,000 in the chest and there was 500 in the pouch.
Gotcha. Well, I gave him what was there in the chest. I split up 200.
Yep.
Between all of us. And then I guess 500 between the 4 of us.
Okay. Easy enough.
Gonna be 133 gold apiece, and one person 34. I'm not doing my math right.
No, it's 125 a
Yeah,
person.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So 125
it's
plus
plus
200.
so I've done.
Haven't done math in years. Get out the T calculator. Alright, so as you kind of divvy up the cash and Dagger sort of limps his way out of the casino heading back upstairs, what would y'all like to do?
I'm going to kind of sit in the booth and
Lilith, weren't you gonna go talk to the Chihuahua lady?
My God.
I think he means the one in charge.
No, I mean the lady who looks like a beaten Chihuahua standing over there that you were pointing out earlier, fam.
Yes,
Oh.
I'll go speak to her.
Yes, that one.
Don't bark at her, Lilith. She looks a little skittish.
Okay.
You should no seriously though, out of character, the first thing you do when you go out there, you should just start barking at her like
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Assert your dominance.
So you're gonna approach the young girl?
Yep. Hello. Do you work here?
Yes. What can I do for you?
Oh, well, you know, I'm genuinely just curious. You seem, quite nervous, almost like, you aren't supposed to be here?
She sort of like looks back to the madam and kind of looks back to you. No, I just,
No. Don't worry, you can... You're safe here with me.
No, I'm just new. I don't like working the floor, and I was assigned to the floor tonight. I'm just trying to push through to the end of the shift is all. Sorry.
Do you normally work on the upper floor?
Well, typically, yeah. And they sort of move me down, and I'm not good with men or anything like that, and they expect me to just kind of jump in and... Sorry, did you want a drink or something?
I'd like to use my message cantrip and ask her if she's ever had a birthmark.
Okay.
Over her right eye.
Yeah. She seems like immediately like spooked as this voice basically is just in her head and she can't see her lips moving really. And she just sort of like responds back. No? Are you looking for someone who does?
Yes, do you know anyone who fits that description? I think I have to say that out loud.
Yeah. I mean, you could keep spamming message if you wanted. It's a cantrip, so you have infinite uses of it, but...
Oh, shit, yeah, I'll do that then.
Okay.
Infinite texting.
Yeah, basically. And she kind of, responds back. Just, well, yes, I just don't know what you would want with her. You, don't seem the type.
I would just like to have a face-to-face conversation with her. If you could help me.
And she sort of looks back to the madam, who seems to be kind of like watching the two of you now. She's like, can we go back to a booth or something, and I can like at least pretend I'm doing my job while we talk?
Yes, of course.
She sort of like grabs sort of a tray with just kind of random drinks on it, and just is sort of walking back like you placed an order towards the booth with the rest of you. Hello, gentlemen.
Oh, greetings.
I have your order. I think.
Oh, I don't remember ordering anything. Well, I will.
Is this a prank? Are we getting pranked?
You look around, you see like 3 people with hidden cameras. No, I'm kidding. Just here, and she sort of like slides out. There's like 2 ales and sort of a mug, and there's like a couple shot glasses with random liquids in it.
I'm gonna grab Ferrick's hand and slam it to the table and look deep into his eyes with mine wild with.
It's the dabblers. They found me. It's poison. Don't drink it.
Doublers.
Yeah, don't you
I'm
see how
just-
shaky that lady is?
I'm just gonna kind of like gently take your hand off of mine.
Ferrick, you gotta listen.
You're
She's not even a real lady. She's wearing like a suit. She's wearing one of them Doppler suits.
insane.
Excuse me.
She's right there. You're a dick.
Prove you're real.
I'm sorry to interrupt,
She
but
does a little tap dance.
she just sort of like tries to reach out to Touchy Dog.
Okay.
And she sort of like gets closer and like trying to basically poke your hand with her hand. Make a dexterity save. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
As
You're
you-
suddenly paralyzed.
Yeah. Suddenly, a demon appears. No. As she touches you, it feels like a normal human hand. Nothing really fishy about it. Doesn't feel like an illusion. The finger touching makes contact correctly and everything.
Yeah, she's all right. I'm sorry about that lady.
No, it's fine. We get a lot of skittish people in here. It's sort of the nature of it.
Who you calling a person?
I think she meant to say schizo. It's okay.
I was just kidding.
His correct classification is goblinoid.
As you're kind of doing this, she sort of like looks back to you, Lilith, and looks at the group. And is like, are you with these guys or?
Yes, these are my companions. We're
I've never seen her before in my life. I just smile.
Oh my god.
Okay, funny. Yeah. What?
This is the only time I get to joke with you people, and that's it.
I'm sorry, just I'm a bit on edge.
Maybe other times would be more opportune.
But why are you? She kind of leans in, like whispering to you, Lilith, directly, like, "Why are you looking for Teresa?"
I'd like to knowingly comfort Turgan because my jokes didn't land either.
Just the knowing nod and eye contact.
Do you still have my pipe?
I'm gonna pass it to him.
I noticed that it's like half cooked already. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass him a little sack of pipe weed that he did not give me with the pipe.
no, I didn't give you with pipe. I gave you it loaded.
Yeah. So you've been smoking basically grass and weeds for a bit, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna like kind of unpack it and repack a new one.
Yeah. As
Anyway, yes. Well, we've actually been commissioned to find Teresa. We mean her no harm. If anything, we're trying to find her for her safety.
Lance, as she's talking, I'm gonna scan around. Is the lady of the house like still looking at her?
The madam she's keeping her distance, but yeah, she's keeping an eye on her. Like, you can tell she's watching all the girls, but she's like always sort of comes back to this one.
I'm gonna reach out with my metal hand and slap her on the ass as hard as possible.
As hard as possible.
Oh my god, Turgan, that was awesome!
Roll damage. No, I'm kidding.
Please don't kill the maiden.
Yeah, she's immediately kind of taken back, and she's like,
Now come on and sit down on my lap. Let's get to talking.
Okay, out of character, if I was this chick, I would run so
For the
far away.
hills.
Oh, I'd hope. No, you could get away with just kicking his ass. Like, he couldn't even fight back. Like, you should just take advantage of this moment to have a human punching bag and just take out everything bad that's ever happened to you on this guy. If this happens.
All right, DM, you heard him.
and she sort of just looks at you stunned.
Start punching.
She's like, I
Roll for initiative.
appreciate the compliment, I guess, but I'm trying to stay out of that work tonight.
I give her like a pull into the booth. Like I pull her in and I'm just like, and then I whisper to her, I'm like, she's watching you. Just go along with it.
Yeah, I don't think he thinks you're a lady of the night. I think he just likes you.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, no, she watches me pretty closely usually. Thanks.
Don't worry. Grandpa here will take good care of you.
Oh God.
Barrick, that was fucking disgusting. Let Turgan do his thing. Jesus Christ. He's got a good cover going here. Let's just mind our business. Play with our balls onto the table like good little boys and let Turgan fucking figure some shit out.
But as she kind of gets dragged in, she sort of like looks back to you, Lilith, and just like, well, just you might want to keep that to yourself. I don't know if that's a good thing to be spreading around in here.
Do you know where we can find her? Or where you all are help?
She was here about a week ago for a bit, but she got moved on. I don't... who commissioned you to find her?
Does it really matter?
I'm just curious.
I'm just for your protection. The less people who know, the better. And God forbid if they ask you what you were doing here for so long, you're completely undeniable.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, go and get a beaker of brandy for us right now, and about 2 more ales. Make it look inconspicuous and just keep coming back to us in that sense.
You got a piece of, like, really greasy meat you could bring me, too?
That too.
Sure, yeah, I'll be back. And she kind of slides out of the booth and kind of, like, makes her way back to the main bar, and she's sort of gone for a minute. You can see she's placing the order. So y'all have a minute to talk.
Yeah, while she's gone, I want to look to Turgan and be like, a beaker?
Yeah,
An odd measurement of alcohol.
And that ass slap, like, I thought that slaying those dragons, like, you know, really brought in your, like, made you super metal for a second there. Like, a lot cooler when I thought that you were just sexually harassing that tavern woman.
This is our only lead, and I want to make it look convincing.
Yeah, as soon as I found out you were trying to help her instead, it made you, like, way less sexy for some reason.
I help out with that, and I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go talk to the madam of the house to keep her occupied.
Okay. Yeah, so
Yay, Barrick serving as distraction.
So as you make your way out of the booth, making sure you kind of slick your hair over.
Yeah, just like rips his tunic open, you know, showing like chest hair.
Just kind of jauntily.
One extra button loose.
Taking the, like, extra steps where he's crossing his legs so his butt kind of perks up at every step.
Oh. He's just
Maybe
this side
not
of
that
being
much.
attractive enough to have one extra button loose.
Just as he's walking up there, you know, running his hands through his hair, like.
Yeah. As he makes his way over to the madam, the barmaid seems to be making her way kind of back, and she sort of like double takes as you pass her, Ferric, and kind of just keeps walking, sort of looking back as you're.
Just gonna give her a little wink.
And she sort of nods and keeps going back to the table, and kind of shows back up at the ales, and basically it looks to be like a large sort of chicken leg that's been kind of like roasted over a fire.
All right.
So, here you go.
I start gnawing on that chicken leg.
I kind of like pull her into like the booth again, and just kind of like put my hand like on her thigh and start like kind of like doing that motion, you know, to like sell the deception, and be like, listen, I know this is uncomfortable, but again, trying to make it look a certain way so people don't immediately stare, and if it's all the status quo.
I gotta go splash some cold water on my face. This is giving me flashbacks to camping.
You leave me out of this.
I think I understand. But no, I'm just curious because Teresa isn't someone usually people go looking for, is all I'm saying. And just...
Well, someone important to her is looking for her. I think that's all you need to really worry about.
Well, my understanding was all the people important to her pretty much are here or a part of this, and she sort of like motions towards the bar. It's like, so that's why I'm curious, because everyone here, as far as I'm aware, knows where she is. So
do you know where she is?
Not exactly. I have like some guesses. I know we do trade through Talinor and then down through Lacarian. They do some stuff through the river too, so I assume there's something that way, but I couldn't give you a specific, but she came through here.
What was she doing? Is she a part of the Jackboot organization, or is she just a barmaid like you?
She sort of like looks at you kind of like confused. She's like, yeah, of course she's involved. She's one of the like sort of leaders. I mean,
fucking Dickens.
I mean, she usually doesn't like to do the back end work, so she's usually out in the field or whatever you want to call it, doing stuff. But I think they were reassigning her, so like we grew up together. That's the only reason I even care. I'm just curious someone is looking for that isn't here, if you know what I'm saying.
I think I catch your drift.
Is there anybody that you know that like wasn't local?
I mean, her family and mine were from Lacarian, and we sort of moved north as we got older. She's not as directly involved in the family business as the rest of us, but or as the rest of her kin, I guess.
I'm guessing the business is, you kind of use like quotations like, is this?
Sort of. It's part of it, yeah.
Shit. I think that, so just fill in the blanks for me here. The lady downstairs who runs this whole kind of building, I'm guessing Teresa's related in some way to her.
And she seems immediately kind of nervous and sort of looks like kind of back to see where the madam is.
Oh, I smell something juicy.
And with that, Stricken, how would you like to distract the madam?
He's gonna walk over, rip those track pants off, and start swinging that banana hammock.
Fucking finger guns all the way.
Yeah, as you like start approaching, at first she doesn't really take notice of you, and then she kind of double takes. She's like,
She's still in the doorway, yeah?
yeah. Hello. Seeming a little more confident after the fight, I see.
Needed to, well, one, get my gold, and two, to recompose my... I just fought 2 dragons.
No, and you were quite brave, I must say.
Why, thank you.
I liked the little gimmick you did with your sword. Shame it didn't make contact, but it was pretty flashy. I liked it.
Still, fun.
Yeah. But what can I do for you? Are you looking for...
I kind of want to, like, gesture inside the room. I'm actually interested in this business proposition you mentioned earlier.
Oh, well, like, you'd like to see her again, or... I could take you back to her room. That's not a problem. You did exit rather quickly.
You could.
Yeah, no, yes, I can guide you back. Just you, or would you like to get the rest of your, what was it, Daggerfall, I think?
Just me. Well, just me.
Yeah,
They're busy over there. They're having a grand old time.
Sure. Yeah, just follow me. And she sort of, like, takes your hand just a little bit and kind of starts guiding you through the crowd, like, back down that hallway. And with that, back to the booth, as you see Stricken being sort of pulled by his hand by the madam down the hallway where you just exited.
Can I see what his face looks like as he's getting pulled away?
Ferric, what does your face look like?
DM, what does my face look like?
I would assume red
Cherub.
yeah, just bright red blushing.
Trying to look confident.
Yeah, you're with your hand that is free, kind of going up, smelling your breath.
Let me roll a Constitution check to see if I throw up from nervousness or not.
Oh my
Is this really happening?
I'm kidding.
Is it really happening? Oh.
I guess, like, seeing this happen, I go to Lilith. It seems that Ferric has done his leg of it. So I look back towards her and be like, you don't need to worry about the madam really keening anything from you. But I think, Lilith, you should take over the questioning. I'll be right back. And I just kind of, like, slump back into the chair and then go into Ganymede.
Okay. As she looks over you, as you just go, like, partially limp and your eyes just go white, and she's like, I was under the impression we were in a conversation. This is fine. This is fine.
He's in a bit of a trance. I'm so sorry. This must all seem very strange, even for this environment. Darling, I have 2 immediate questions for you. 1, what is your name? And 2, are you safe here?
My name is, Selena. Or Selena, depending on where you're from, I guess. I think I'm safe for the most part. The Jacks take care of me.
Why does the madam watch you so closely?
Well, she knows that I know Teresa, and I have connections kind of above her, so she knows I get favorable treatment, so she tries to make sure I still, stay on top of it and do my job and earn my keep and, don't take advantage, is how she says it.
If I were to tip you well, would that help your case?
I mean...
Or do you think that would anger her?
As she, like, at this point, as Ferric and the madam are out of sight down the hallway already, she's sort of like, I mean, you can, but I don't know if I'll be able to hide it well enough. We split everything at the end of the night, so I wouldn't want you to waste your money like that.
I see. So, you said there's a couple of places that Teresa may be. What would be our best next step to finding her?
I mean, like I said, I don't know much of the details of the back business. They keep me up here, of course. But I know they do something along the Elandrin River, so there's probably a stop. There's no way someone's going down the river all the way without a pit stop somewhere. And then Talinor. I know there's connections in Talinor, but I wouldn't even know where to tell you to begin.
Elandrin River and Talinor. Okay. Is there perhaps another person that might be close to her that we could talk to?
Well, that's sort of what I was gonna get at this point, is Ferric and the madam are entering the chamber of the lady of the house. Well, I assume that's why you were, I was surprised you're asking about her, because Teresa is the lady sort of motioning down the hallway. They're twin sisters. The only differentiating factor is the birthmark. That's why it was so strange.
They're like over by the bar having this conversation, correct?
No,
This is in the
They're in
booth.
the
You're
booth?
there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the only reason Turgan isn't talking is he's spaced out, looking through his raven.
Yeah, I'm literally. I was just like, I'll be right back.
This is
Okay,
that thing these guys were talking about with the eye, right? This
time out. Is the madam and the lady of the house the same person?
No. The madam is basically the one who runs the brothel, the barmaids. The lady of the house is the one who gave you the gold, the human woman.
Lance, you trying to give me another shot with a map here? Is that what this is?
I think Farrick already took
Yeah,
that.
he already jumped in there.
Oh, I thought he was with the lady of the house.
No,
Okay.
he's with them. He's with the madam, the like high elf woman, and she's leading him back to the lady of the house.
To the
So
lady.
Okay,
I'm gonna
that's
take a
why I
couple
was
shots.
confused.
yeah.
Okay. Shoot back in. Yes, well, that's the whole reason we participated in the gauntlet is we just had a far-fetched hope that, you know, she would be Teresa, the woman in the box.
Oh no, close, I guess you could say. They, like I said, they're twins, but no, Teresa's not as involved as her sister. But I mean, I hope you find her for whatever reason. If it's for her safety, I guess she's nicer than most here, but she still does her job, you know. So
Yes, I share the same hope. Sincerely. Thank you, Selena. I want to give her is maybe 5 gold reasonable for the amount of drinks we've had?
that's more than enough, yeah.
4?
I mean, yeah, probably about like 4, yeah.
4 then.
Uh,
Stay safe, darling, and thank you. Thank you for talking with us.
Yeah, just careful who you talk to. Not everyone is as open as me. Just, yeah. And she sort of just like makes her way off again.
Was that last name like was she hitting on you?
Every female NPC is hitting on everybody in this campaign.
I mean, you're the DM. What's going down?
Okay, so as we jump back to Farrick, as you sort of enter the room, before, it's not like before where there was like the slow open, the madam sort of knocks for a second, waits, and about 10 seconds passes, then she opens the door, and as you enter, you can see the lady of the house, similar position, sort of sitting against the desk, arms crossed. Ah, well, welcome back. Did I miscount the gold or something?
I would like to send him a message that's Teresa's sister.
Okay, so as you're entering into the room and she says this to you, you immediately hear just a message in your head of Lilith's voice telling you that Teresa's sister is the woman you're staring at right now.
And with Ganymede, I'm gonna like swoop down to my original position and kind of get eyes on what the fuck is happening and see if I can come in.
On
Follow-up
the
message?
balcony?
Yeah.
Okay.
Follow-up message? Be
Okay.
very, very careful what you say.
Okay, as if he wasn't nervous enough.
I'm not gonna respond.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, yeah.
I'm just not talking until we leave this place.
Yeah.
I actually came back to apologize for my smaller friend. He's a little rash.
It's fine. There's a reason why the goblins and half-orcs and all of that are on the bottom tiers and not up top. Understand?
Well, he's a good man deep down. He just needs a bit of manners.
Yeah, they're all good men deep down. But, exactly. So, well, I appreciate the apology. It's accepted. It was a good fight. I hold no grudge. It was just a bit frustrating. But, is that all?
Actually, I'd like to inquire about those job opportunities you mentioned earlier.
Ah, sure. Well, there are two. One a bit more complicated than the other, so I'll go through the simple one first. There's a particular figure. He is important to myself and the rest of us here in our organization. We just need somebody to wrangle the fellow and bring him back here. Try not to kill him if possible, on return. And she kind of like eyes you a bit, sort of like walks around, kind of begins to circle you as the madam sort of steps back, just like giving you a full check. How capable do you think you are?
I think that's kind of a biased question. How capable do you think I am after seeing you fight?
I think you're fairly capable. I just like seeing how much a man can bullshit. And she sort of just smirks at you. And just like, if you can get this figure back to me, alive, particularly without a scene, as quiet as possible, another 1,000 gold. As for, we'll give you details should you decide to take that. The second job, a little bit simpler, in a sense. I just need someone, a mercenary group, much like yours, and trying to outsource this sort of thing nowadays for safety. Travel down to Talinor and just pick up a few packages is all. We have a shop down there we do business with. It's called Dawn's Shops of Legacies and Masterworks. You just pick up the packages, try not to pry into them too much, deliver them back here, and that will be 500 gold. The catch, which I know you're probably asking yourself, is, as you I'm sure know, Talinor is sort of a mixed state at the moment. You would have to get them through customs unchecked. But I would provide the carriage and a single horse to carry the packages. Other transportation would be on you, of course. But, as I said, simpler depending on how you look at it. So, what piques your interest?
The number of zeros at the end of both of those sentences.
Of course. Well, I mean, if you wanted to, you could try both, but the pickup is a bit of a timeline thing. We do need that fairly urgently. The other one, well, I don't even know where he is at this point, so that might take a while.
Any other information you could give me on this person before I accept that could persuade me to accept?
Sure. She kind of like just is like making direct eye contact with you, really checking to like see how you're like holding yourself under pressure. He's a dwarf, name's Grim. He's a backstabbing piece of shit, and I want him back. I've already sent someone else to do the job, and they wound up dead, and they made quite a mess of it at that. I have several boots tracking what happened to them, but the merchant guard isn't exactly being kind to us, wanting more bribes than usual. So, I want you to find this dwarf, notable old bastard, dark leathers, black beard, mostly bald head. Just bring him back, that's all. If you have to kill him, but you're getting only 500, not the full 1,000 for that.
Well, not much a fan of backstabbers myself, but we are a group, so let me take these propositions back to my group. I think I've wasted enough of your time for the evening.
I appreciate it. Just keep things discreet. You can share with your friends, but should I hear that you're spreading word of any of our dealings, well, there will also be...
Alone. You have my word.
Okay, good to hear. And she gives you sort of a smile and sort of motions to the madam, who then kind of puts her hand on your back and kind of turns you back and kind of leads you back out the door. As the madam, as like the door closes, she's like, "Well, you held yourself fairly well, I've got to say. Not too nervous. Good with the ladies, I assume."
Something I picked up along the way. A lot of traveling. Bars.
Yeah. Understood. Well, I won't keep you too much if there's nothing else. Sort of standing
you-
there, sort of.
Quite kind to me tonight.
Yes, and I will be kind to you probably most nights if you come back. She sort of, like, gives you a wink, turns, and kind of leaves you in the hallway as she goes back to the casino floor.
Okay, I'm gonna turn and walk back to the table.
Okay.
Lance,
guys
I'm
done?
guessing like I overheard
Done
like
here?
all of that.
In general, just, like, for passive, you can pick up
Oh my god.
most of the conversation. You didn't get much of a visual. She's drawn the curtains since then, so you can't really see what's going on, but you picked up almost all of it. I would say there's a few things that drip out, but like the things that you're looking for, you picked up. You picked up the name Grimm. You picked up city names like Talinor. You picked up, packages, customs, the name of the shop she mentioned, Dorn's Shop of Legacies and Masterworks. Then the big numbers of 1,000 gold and 500 golds, respectively.
I'm gonna fly him back up into the rafters and then come back into myself.
Okay.
As I get back to the table, I want to look to the group. You guys done with all your talking and stuff?
Yeah.
Because we need to go.
What's okay?
Yes, I think we are concluded with our conversations here.
Alright, so y'all gonna head
We
out?
need to leave. Before we get to the top floor, we need to release dog
Okay.
with the rope.
Easy
Sorry,
enough.
buddy.
Here, and I push the shots to him to ease the wound.
Okay.
Does he take them?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yep. All right, and as you kind of make your way up the stairs and out, no one really gives you too much trouble. A few jackboots kind of eye you, but at this point, as you're kind of walking out, it's kind of like a nod of like, good shit in the
We just
arena.
killed 2 dragons.
Exactly. Like pretty much everybody here doesn't seem to really give you much trouble. It's mostly just nods of acknowledgement. A few pats on the back as you move through the crowd that kind of take you by surprise. As you reach the top floor, it is just about as packed as it was when you got here, and it's been several hours. You just looking through the windows, you can tell it's late evening. It's kind of getting dark. It's around sunset, probably about 6ish. But as you make your way out the tavern and onto the street, the familiar small halfling and the large Goliath man on either side of the door sort of just look, nod as well. Don't give you any mind as you're back into the main city square up here in the High Cliffs.
I think we should. Let's get about 2 blocks down before I take the leash off dog.
Okay.
Lance, I'm gonna dismiss Ganymede.
You're gonna dismiss him or move him to you?
I thought.
Because I'm pretty sure you can just basically snap and he appears on your shoulder if you wanted to. Like, I don't think you have to, like, resummon him every time. We double check, though.
I can temporarily dismiss him and he appears in a pocket dimension and awaits my summons.
Oh.
And then I can use an action to.
Yeah,
him
that
back.
sounds right then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna dismiss him for now, so he disappears, and then when we're further away, I'm gonna.
Okay. Easy enough. So as you're kind of making your way away from the tavern, and you're about 2 blocks away, you can now sort of unleash your goblin.
Thank you, Jesus. What happened up there?
Well, I overheard some of it, Varric. I think you should let us know all of it, though.
Well, the main reason I wanted us to leave is because they have people looking at our little scuffle at the bar the other day. So I didn't want to be in there in case they, found out it was us while we were in.
Yes, that would have been bad.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Lilith, what did you find out when I passed out there?
Well, Selena, she told me that the lady of the house is actually Teresa's twin sibling. She gave me
I get
some,
like a noticeable like frown, like
and
Top of that,
she gave me
Rim-
some locations, the Eleanor River, or she could possibly be in Talinor.
Well, I heard the madam of the house say Talinor as well. I think that was a job that.
She wants us to pick up some packages and get them
Really?
through customs and come back here. Smuggle them through customs.
Well, that's 2 strikes for Talinor.
Another thing,
Yes.
she wants us to find Grim and bring him back to because
I overheard that.
apparently he is a traitor. So I don't know what to think anymore. I'm losing my sanity.
Well, it seems to be that I guess he jumped ship to the other gang that has been around here for longer.
So, after speaking with Selena, I have to ask, are you sure Grim has Teresa's best interest anymore?
I'm not sure. We have pieces of the puzzle, not all of it to see it clearly. I think Grimm's feelings were probably sincere, but whether or not Teresa is as loyal to the cause as her sister thinks, that's maybe something else altogether. Or maybe Teresa could have been just using Grimm to get a leg in the opposition. There could be many angles in this, which we don't have enough evidence to paint a proper picture. What do you think, Dog? You know more about criminal organizations than the rest of us.
I don't know, if they're coming after us for a vendetta because we didn't take nothing from them, then the main thing they're gonna want's information. And who saw us?
I mean,
We need to make a list.
I mean,
I don't really
who
think
saw us
anyone's
when?
coming after us, though. I think like we have two options. We can go to the river that what was her name again?
Selena?
Selena. Oh yes. We could go to the river and investigate that opposition, or we can go and take the job under the guise of working for the Jackboots and see if we find Teresa there.
Well, I mean, we already tore a bunch of shit up in the arena there. So if they already do know it, they could keep us in their grasp by pretending not to know it's us, get us to take a job, and then
I see.
yeah.
You know, the Captain Ferris from the
Yes, the
Merchant
guard
Guard, you know, he knows we were involved, so if they have someone within
Oh
the
yeah.
law
yes.
enforcement,
She
But
also said they were taking bribes, but
I
the
think
bribes were much higher than.
I think though, if it's been a day already since that incident, so I think that
She said the bribes are much higher than usual. That may mean she's just not ready to part with that amount of coin for the information yet.
I see.
Maybe she's still looking into other resources and avenues.
yes, I'm just saying, you know, if a number of officers in the Merchant Guard know, then I mean, any of them could know that it was us. Assuming, you know, they.
I mean, we
So, and
we
it's that
literally were
guy's-
the ones that claimed their heads.
And it's that guy's job to track down, like, the leader of the jackboots, Captain Ferris.
Yes.
Well,
Dog,
So-
more or
weren't
less.
you the one who said it was odd that Captain Ferris was having so much trouble taking down the jackboots?
Yeah, because they probably bribed all his underlings, and no matter how much he pisses and moans at them, they're not gonna do it. So
Well, I mean, he did ask us to gather information, and
yeah.
what if
and
that
he-
was just a test to find out?
No, I don't
what
think
we
he's in
do?
on it. I don't think he's in on it. I think
I don't
he,
trust anyone anymore.
but he has the authority to actually do something about it. Well, who's paranoid here, Lilith? You or me? Because one of us has got to keep our head on straight here.
I looked to Ferric and Turgan like, is one
I'm
of
just
you?
raising my hand. I don't know what's happening. Tell
Wait.
me who to trust.
And who thinks that Captain Ferris has the authority to do something about this if we actually told him? I'm not going to raise
My
my
hand
hand.
stays.
I think that he is on the level. I don't think that he has been coerced. He seems like
Yeah, but I said has the authority to actually do something about it. That's the key.
I think he does, but the problem being is that I think that the merchant guard have so many leaks that if we tell him about these things, two things are going to happen. Either
Oh yeah,
they
do
get
it.
they know that we do it, or
It's
if
time
he
for
tries
makeup.
Yes,
Somebody's getting a makeover. You got to get in there to talk to Captain Ferris.
He
Set
has
up like
the
a
authority,
meeting
not the
place
oil.
where we can tell him about this without any of his people being around because they're all not trustworthy.
Selena did say to be incredibly cautious with who we share this information with, so I think Dog does have the right idea singling him out.
we could possibly leave dead drops. I'm not sure if you're familiar.
Wouldn't it be easier if one of us just went in there, got to talking to him, pretending to be an old drunk, and whispered a meeting place to him where he can just come and talk to us face?
We could try to do that. Yeah,
I think we also need to talk to Grim.
I think so as well.
Who's Grim?
The man you tied up.
The horsey.
Oh, I love the horsey. Fuck yeah. Yeah, let's go see the horse.
Yes, it might be best advised he get out of town.
Well, remember, he was supposed to be dead. I don't know where he is. The only
And
people
yet-
who would know is...
It sounds like the jackboots are still looking for him,
Yeah,
regardless.
they don't think he's dead, and that was the whole point. And now he might actually be dead because they're still looking.
No, I think in a weird way, I think the jackboots are actually a step behind right now. I don't think that the information network is as vast as we think it. I think they haven't been told yet that, oh, he died or anything like that. From my understanding, from what I overheard from Ganymede, is that something about botching or anything like that. I have the letter from the person who tried to kill Grim. So maybe they're just confused at what really happened there.
You really didn't seem like much of a player. Maybe he just knows something.
No, I'm sure he's not much of a high-ranking official in the organization, but nevertheless, if he came from the jackboots and joined the other criminal element, then he may know something, especially if he was close to their leader.
Right, but and maybe he doesn't even know that he knows that something. Maybe it's really important, and he hasn't even realized that it's important yet, and they don't want him to have a chance to think about what he does know, because then he might realize it's important.
I do think you're onto something there. That's why I think that we might need to try to track him down, but we have to do it extremely quietly, so then they don't catch wind that we are looking for him as well. Well, actually,
Wouldn't that
no,
be a spoonful of irony? I was riding the key to this whole thing like a freaking horse, and we just set him loose.
This could play perfectly though, because Ferric, you said she offered us to find him.
She offered us 1,000 gold to bring him back to.
And she's such a cheap bitch.
1,000.
I mean,
You've seen her place.
fair enough. But this could play right into our hand. We could act like we're actually looking for him, because we're looking for him. But then come up empty. Then we find out that he died of his ailments from the initial engagement later on.
Why don't we just figure that out like right off of the bat? Why don't we like come up with like a fake? What's this horsey man? What's his name again? Grim.
Grim.
Okay, yeah, that'll be like super ironic too. We can go like to a graveyard, dig up a body to replace Grim, and like turn it in. I don't have a picture of him or nothing. We can like mutilate him in strategic ways.
I think they're very familiar with him.
Right, so we find somebody that's like super similar and mutilate him in strategic ways. Lilith can work some makeup magic. We'll sell him a fake Grim.
I'm not sure about that, to be honest, dog. I don't really want to
It's
add.
super risky, but like we're assuming from the get-go that this isn't just a trap, and we really need to convince them that this guy's dead, right? And if they have any suspicion about whether he actually did turn up dead in our investigation, they're gonna want to see a body.
You know, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I just, I'm so confused by all this information. I frankly don't even know who we're working for anymore. Are we still trying to find Teresa? Are we trying to
Well, Lilith, I think we
manipulate
got roped
the jack
into...
boots on Grimm's behalf?
Yes, that. And then trying to figure out what Grimm knows that they're so worried about, so we can potentially use that as leverage against the jackboots to get this girl that Turgan and Ferric have been looking for. Holy crap, this is complicated, isn't it?
And Selena seemed so convinced that she was well off with the jackboots.
I'm gonna complicate things even more, because we need information from Grimm. That's why we're looking for Teresa.
You guys need like separate information from Grimm, separate from Teresa, or you were looking for Teresa to get the information?
Grimm gave us the mission, the job, to find Teresa, so then he could give us the information that we need.
The guy that I rode like a horse.
Yes.
Before. Oh, that's okay. That explains why you guys were meeting with him in the pub. Oh, my bad.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
So
I agree. I think we need to talk to him next, and he's going to have to explain whose side he's on.
Alright, so Ferric, I think you need to go back in there and tell her that we'll take the job to find Grimm. And so then it's on the level.
This makes me insanely nervous.
There is no guarantees, dog. And
I really don't trust this lady.
I don't either.
Is he going in alone?
Well, I can't go.
She definitely doesn't like him.
I'll go with him.
Okay.
Alright, so who all's going back in the chamber?
I'll go.
So
and before I do, I'm gonna resummon Ganymede and like have him jump onto Lilith's shoulder, and basically I'm gonna tell her, if Ganymede reacts and calls twice, we're in danger and we're probably dead.
Oh, well, what Lilith failed to mention is that she is deathly afraid of birds, and she immediately starts screaming bloody. No, I'm just fucking
I pet him. I pet him earlier today.
Yeah.
How about 2 calls for danger, 3 calls for dead?
I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get 3 off if I'm dead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure on 3 calls the bird disappears.
1 for dead, 2 for danger.
Can you like tell Ganymede ahead of time to just panic and start flailing his wings if you die?
No, calls are fine.
Ganymede is basically that meme where the bird's doing stand-up and he's looking at his notes, like, sweating.
Oh god.
Oh god, is it 1 call or 2? Oh.
Yeah. But if it's 1 call, it means we're coming out. 2 means danger. If Ganymede dies, I've been 1 or 2 things. I've been knocked unconscious, or I'm dead.
Oh, okay. I scratch his little bird head.
You
I
like
like
nozzles.
I like birds.
Okay, so it's gonna be Ferric and Turkin going back.
Yep.
All right.
I'll make sure we get back in one piece. Don't worry.
So as you make your way back, since you walked about 2 blocks to have this conversation sort of out of the way,
We made the same guarantee when we were in the ruins in Solon. That didn't really pan out
Alright.
too well either.
You know
It's
what,
a little
man?
late now, but
I don't need
can
the
I
personal
roll
attack.
perception for jackboots around the area, I guess?
sure, go for it.
Thought we're on the same side here, Turgan.
I know. I'm just speaking out of
Nah,
being nervous.
speaking out your ass.
Dude. 8
Well,
plus
yeah.
probably 2-ish.
8 plus 4, so 12. Scanning around, since you are still on the high cliffs, you do see a couple, but none seem to be paying particular attention to you. They're kind of just, I mean, they sort of just blend in. It's not like city guard so much where they're like patrolling. It's more so they're kind of just mingling with groups of other pedestrians talking, and you can just make them out by their like boots specifically. But as Ferric and Turkin make their way back, it's about the time you arrive back. It is solid dusk. Like there's just a little bit of light left in the sky. It's pretty much darkness. All the torches are kind of being lit around the city streets as you push back into the tavern and make your way back downstairs. So you're just gonna walk straight down the hallway to her office?
I know.
No,
I like to be respectful and get ushered our way in.
Mhm.
Okay. So, takes you a minute or two kind of scanning the crowd, but you do find the madam sort of back behind a far bar. She sort of steps out. She's like, that was quick. Miss me already, I take it?
That's one of the reasons.
Oh, well, what can I do for you?
We actually need to talk to the lady once more.
Yeah, third time's the charm, I suppose. Sure, I'll lead you that way. That's fine. And she kind of ushers you back down the hallway.
They call him a fighter because he likes to struggle.
Out of character, she's getting kind of sick of this.
She leads
Just
you.
need me as an escort to get to the other lady.
Leads you back to the door, does the knocks, waits about 10 seconds, and then she sort of pushes the door open, and as you kind of pass by Ferric, there's just a little gentle rub on your back. She just sort of smiles and waves and kind of leaves you alone in the room and steps off down the hall. As you and Turgan enter, similar scene, slightly even more like, what do you want look on her face as she's back, sort of just like, she didn't even come around the desk this time. She's just sitting there and just sort of looks up, just like, hello again. So,
We've come back to tell you we'll take up your offer and find Grin.
interesting. Okay. Well, in details I have, he was last seen in Tip's Bar, or Tip's Winery, as he calls it, an inn on the center aisle. Things went a bit sideways, from my understanding, with the group of men I sent to pick him up.
What part of the center aisle? The northern, southern, western, eastern portion?
Tip's is about dead center. It's
About dead center? Alright.
yeah, right near the fountain. But that was his last known location. Haven't gotten any word back yet of where he may have moved. But that's the only lead I can offer for that. But that's also why the pay is higher. So
Can you maybe point us in the direction of some guards we can ask that are on your payroll in that sense, so we know who to talk to and just not ask random guards stupid questions?
As far as that goes, I am afraid I have to keep that quite close to the chest. I wouldn't want anyone getting executed on my behalf from loose lips, you understand. But there's a simple little, if you do come into trouble with a guard or such like that, just say Jack sent you, and based on their reaction, you'll either be killing a guard or you'll get off scot-free, so...
Well, that's very thoughtful of you. You have to understand, I'd rather not want to get stabbed by a guard by just saying Jack sent you, and so that's why I'm leaning more towards, some cooperation with the investigation. I mean, how do you expect us to take a job if we're only 1 foot in and the other foot out?
No, I understand, but I also can't give out names of my informants and people who are willing to take my bribes, especially right now. But
I'm not asking for the whole network. I'm just asking for one person.
As far as leads, the bartender would be the most likely first choice. Tip, as well as anyone who was there that was a witness the day that ordeal went down. You could ask Captain Ferris, but I don't know how open he would be. I don't know what your prior inkling is with the law, but he's usually a little loose-lipped, even if he doesn't mean to be.
Oh, well, in our line of work, we try to stay as far away from it as possible.
Well, those are the leads I have, unfortunately. If it was easy, I would have already done it, so I apologize if it's a bit of a tough start.
It's not much to go on, to be honest, but I think we've done more with less.
Out of character, I hate this fucking lady.
This what?
I hate this lady. It's like you wrote her character to try to make me have an aneurysm.
Yes, well, that is it. Any interest in the second job? Just for curiosity's sake.
We might have some interest in it. Well, if our travels are kind of taking us in that direction in any case, so...
That one would probably depend on how fast we can finish this one.
I see. Well, I'm sorry. My friend here kind of left that out in that sense. What would be the timetable if we were to take that job?
Well, that job, well, let's see. It is currently the 9th of Marathon. We need everything back here by, I believe it is the 20th. So essentially, you have 11 days if you took it right at this moment, and Talonor is about 3 to 4 days travel, depending on how you handle it. If you go fast, you could probably make it in 3 there and 3 back.
Got about 2 to 3 days.
And thinking about if we take both, if we find Grim, or however long the investigation would be, it would be, I'm guessing, about a day, maybe 2 days, maybe 3 days, as far as the investigation, to see if we can even find any information on this man, if he is as slippery as you say he is.
Well, that's kind of the thing that's most curious about it. He is usually not as clever as he's being right now, so my assumption is he has help. I know he has ties with the Brotherhood, but usually they're not so clever.
Well, my associate here said that you called him a traitor of sorts, originally part of the Jackboots and Jump Ship. I'm just curious, I want to know.
Well, that's why I would like to speak with him. He was one of our earliest recruits when we set up shop here several years ago. And now he seems to be dallying about with the Brotherhood as well, so I want to know how much information he spilled, for how much, and how long he's been a traitorous bastard.
Scratching my face, I'm like, well, I mean, maybe they made a better deal or something, I don't know.
That's why it's most unlikely. There's a reason the Jackboots are so prolific in this city, and that's because we pay better than anybody else, even through legal means. So if you're going to the Brotherhood, you're either daft, or you have some other motive, and that's what concerns me.
I see. Fair enough.
Any clue as to what his other motive could be? I mean, you said he was one of your earlier recruits, years being here. You've had to have known him for those years. Any inkling?
Specifically, no. He's always been paid quite well. He liked to chase women a bit more than he liked to do his job, but it never really caused us much trouble, for the most part. She kind of rolls her eyes.
Any woman in particular? Just judging by that expression.
None that are of concern any longer.
Any longer?
Yes.
Fair enough.
But, as I said, I assume he knows something of the sort, or he's been trading for information. And the Brotherhood, as I'm sure you're aware, is spread out like everywhere like parasites. They petty street crime, heist, things like that. So whatever he's giving them, that would make him willing to die for it. Must be good.
My understanding of the history of Turn in that sense is the Brotherhood has had quite a formation for quite some time.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I don't know underworld history as much as you probably do. It's your facet of life.
Yes, the Brotherhood is quite prolific, pretty much everywhere in these eastern kingdoms, as well as you go further west, it becomes a bit more dispersed, but they're always around. But, several years ago, with the death of their leader, that led to uprisings as it tends to do, and we saw a chance, we moved in, and we pretty much run Turin now. The only reason we don't push east is there's nothing, frankly, worth our time east. All the wealth is on this side of town, so they can have the rabble.
Well, nothing worth your time besides competition.
It's not really a competition. It's more of a... If there's another gang, you see, the guards will have to focus in two directions. If we were to completely take them out, then suddenly it's we're the problem. Whereas right now, a little bit of coin changes that.
Alright. I think I've
It's not a bad strategy, honestly. We should.
gotten all the information I need. Varric, is there anything else you want to add? I'm sorry. Before, not to interrupt you, Varric. I didn't catch your name, Madden.
Oh, you can just call me Jack.
Anonymity is a man or woman's best friend, it seems. Well, however, as uncomfortable as I am to a job from someone I don't even really have a name for, it seems that I don't have any recourse, do I?
Well, complete a job, prove yourself trustworthy, maybe we can get on more friendly terms. I wouldn't have hired you if I didn't think you were capable. So, we'll see where it goes from here. Perhaps this is a blossoming business relationship.
I have a feeling you would have hired anyone who completed your gauntlet, but that's just an observation.
Well, and you are the first to do so in quite a while, so don't take it as a fault. But, if you need any more information, I'm afraid I gave you most of what I have. If anything comes up, we'll find you and let you know. Don't worry.
Very well. Good evening. I turn
Evening to you
around
as well.
walk out.
Alright. As you open back up the hallway, Madam's not really even there waiting for you, just sort of an empty hallway back into the casino.
I telepathically tell Ganymede to call once.
Okay, so Lilith, the raven on your shoulder randomly goes stiff and caws one time, and you're like, oh. Alright, so as you make your way back out of the tavern and back to the group, who I assume, unless y'all did something else, are still just sort of hanging out 2 blocks away, chilling in the streets.
I assumed they
Yeah.
were waiting in an alley for.
Oh, that was my assumption, yeah.
Yeah, I nonchalantly around this time, kind of thinking out loud, wonder if Dagger ever made it to his doctor.
It sounded like he knows this guy pretty well.
Yeah, I think Tim will take good care of him.
I don't know about that. but-
Tim, the back
I think-
alley one-legged
yeah, I
doctor.
think- Yeah, I think he at least made it to that guy.
I hope so.
Yeah, all logic tells me he should be dead, but for some reason I'm almost
Yes.
positive he's not gonna die. I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, exactly.
You never
So
know.
yeah, what
It's
happened up there? Can we just ask for a general rundown? Not making Mech and everybody repeat everything you
Yeah.
just said.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
They sort of share everything they just heard to you, unless there's something you want to keep, which I doubt. So.
No, nothing. More or less, that is the gist of it. She knows that we're on the job, and I think we inadvertently accepted both of the jobs.
I think she's honestly slightly suspicious about us.
There's no doubt about it, but
The way she was reacting to us when we accepted the job.
So do you think like it's a setup?
I think we should proceed
I think it's a fucking setup.
as this being a setup and not a setup at the same time. This is a Schrodinger's job.
I'm not familiar with the term.
So we should definitely not go to the Merchant's Guard, which is definitely all.
She said that
onto
Captain
us.
Ferrick might know something, but she was unwilling to give us any information.
Captain Ferrick. Ooh.
I'm
Yeah,
a captain now.
She doesn't
sorry.
want us to know that she has somebody close to Captain Ferrick, and all they could tell her was that maybe Captain Ferrick knows something.
Captain Ferrick, Captain Ferrick,
Captain
Captain
now.
Ferrick. Congratulations on your promotion.
Thank you. Thank you.
What just happened?
Ferris.
His name's
Turn
Ferris,
around.
and y'all kept
Oh
calling
my
him
god,
Ferrick.
Captain Ferrick! I do that every time. All right,
Yeah.
from now on, your nickname's the Captain.
He's just getting all kinds of compliments today. Women touching him,
Look
this
at me.
goblin talking him
I am
up.
the captain.
Yeah, see, beautiful people are treated differently.
The next bar
I'm
we go
sick-
to, she'll be like, "Ooh, what's your name?" And he'll just be like, "Just call me Captain."
Just call me.
Captain what? Crunch.
Oh my god.
They
If
call
you're
me
lucky-
Captain Smash.
If you're lucky, I'll let you be my first mate.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my lord.
Anyways, she said that Captain Ferris might know something, but she also said that she was unwilling to come up with any guards that are on her payroll, but to basically walk up to a guard and say that Jack sent us. And she said more or less that you would get either a greeting or stabbed.
Yeah, that she seems really bad at this.
I would agree.
She really doesn't care about us at all.
No, we are expendable pawns.
Okay, so, but we can like assume that Ferrick is just like surrounded by people that aren't helping him at all. But maybe he's not a complete fucking asshole.
Yes, I believe he's on the level. I think Ferris is the only person that we can kind of trust in the sense. The merchant guard.
All right. So, Lilith, are you gonna do up as a crazy old drunk to go talk to this guy?
She also mentioned something very interesting. Said that Grimm fancied women, and she made a particular kind of gesture that I couldn't pass up with, at least a facial gesture. And when I inquired about it, she said that it was dealt with. Pretty
What?
sure that yes, I'm pretty sure it pertains to Teresa, but I don't really know what that means in that.
Do you think she's dead?
Possibly.
You think
Dog?
that guy wants to kill her?
Grimm, I'm sure Grimm wants information on Teresa.
But that would explain why his name's Grim.
As far as, again, according to Grimm's story, the jackboots came and took Teresa, and he has no idea what happened to her after that. So, to stop, I guess, some corroboration, it just hit me. Teresa was thinking about leaving, and she wasn't going to have her twin leave the organization they built. Grimm proposed an offer to get possibly out of that life and go somewhere else.
By faking her own death?
I don't think her death is fake.
Oh.
I think that she might have been killed by, and I use like in quotations, Jack, her sister.
Wait, why?
To keep her from leaving anywhere else. Either that or she has her.
I'm so confused right now.
Theresa's twin is the bitch lady that you don't like.
Okay.
She said
And-
that she
and-
dealt with the problem that Grimm was socializing with women when I
Potentially
inquired.
by sending her sister to deal with her, or
No, like what I'm piecing together now, at least what I think might have happened, is that Grimm tempted Theresa to go with him to jump ship and leave the jackboots. Jack, the bitch that you don't like, wasn't having that. So either one, killed her own sister, or two, put her away somewhere where she could never dig herself out.
And just
that's
from
horrible.
prior conversations, Lilith and Dog, you would know, because I believe at this time Turgan was wide-eyed through his bird. But Selena did say, like, Theresa was physically in that bar about a week ago, and she didn't seem to give any implication that anything was wrong or different, just that she was moving through, like, business as usual, and she was gone.
This is when she like told us about how she didn't like really get it involved in the family business as much as the rest of her family.
Yeah, that Theresa was sort of the black sheep of the family.
In the sense that she was at least more good than the rest of her family.
She never really implied one way or the other, just that she didn't have as high of involvement and everything. She was involved, but not as, like, she didn't like being a part of the back end of everything that's happening, of the brothels and the casinos. So if she could be assigned somewhere else, she would always choose to be assigned somewhere else.
Gotcha. That's what I honestly think happened. I think Grimm gave her possibly a way out, or a sweeter deal in that sense. And her only twin sister wasn't going to have her face plastered on the other sides. Think
So-
about how devastating morale-wise to the jackboots that would be. Your face of the organization is on the other side.
Literally, her face.
So it leads to two recourses. She either did away with her by killing her, or imprisoned her in some deep dark hole that may take us quite a while to find.
The
We
potential.
need to either
sir?
talk to,
No, you're good.
yes,
Go
we
ahead.
need to talk to either Grimm or Ferris, even though now we are on the to find Grimm, so everything is on the up and up. So if any jackboots see us asking for Grimm, it's not so suspicious.
Hmm.
The only
What
drawback to that is that the Brotherhood may not know that we're just looking for him to talk to him and not bring him back over there. It's a little dangerous, but I think the jackboot's presence, from what Jack, in quotations again, was saying to us, was a little more influential in the city than the Brotherhood. I think the Brotherhood is in a more weakened state than Grimm led on to believe.
So, what are we hoping to discover from Captain Ferris?
That's a good question, to be honest.
I just want to be straight. Like, I'm pretty sure I have everything like straight in my head, but I am like I'm at a loss as to how to go about this right now. Like,
Y'all said you wanted an investigative, heavy campaign. Here you go.
I'm pretty sure this lady's trying to set us up. Okay?
Again, I don't doubt it.
She's running the jackboots. So we're presuming Teresa's working with her. Grimm is his own guy. Captain Ferris is his own guy. And he can't trust anyone in his organization. So I think our next two steps should be, like, scout this lady out, see if we can come across any documentation that gives us any, like, leverage over her or anything like that. And at the same time, some people will contact Captain Ferris and see if we back him up, if there's anything he can, like, actually do.
I think that's the best plan that we have, honestly.
Alright, so
Right.
what are y'all gonna try to do?
who's going to Captain Ferris and who's gonna look for Grim.
Oh no, we're splitting the party.
I don't know if party good idea. Maybe we should stick together.
Yeah, we should maybe like do both of these like one at a time.
And
Yeah.
to note, it is after dark now. It's probably about 7:30 in the evening at this point.
Oh,
Tomorrow.
maybe somebody can quote unquote bump into Captain Ferris when he's on his way home.
We don't really know where he lives. We'd have to catch him as he's leaving his guard shift, if he's even working right now tonight.
Or if he is, whenever his shift ends.
Well, I guess we'll go to the central part of town and see if we can catch him.
Okay. So you make your way through the high cliffs, back across the bridge into the trade district, and then back across the Easter Bridge towards the center aisle. It takes you about 40-ish minutes in this kind of traffic as the festival is still going on. It's only day 3 of this 7-day event, and just at this point it's like, there are still a lot of tourists here. Kind of making your way to the center aisle, you can see the Fey portal still lit within the center circle outside of Tips. And are y'all gonna head to the garrison itself to kind of try to catch him, or just sort of walk the streets?
Yeah, what do you guys think, Spesh? Should we try to like get him right out of his office, or should we like, maybe try to like case the streets? We don't know where he lives, do we?
We have no idea where he lives.
All right, so yeah, what do you guys think?
I think the best thing to do is probably to wait out here and see if he comes out. And hopefully we catch him, but he may be already home. He might not be on the shift.
So, do you want to like do the disguise plan in the?
That might be what's best, is to, I guess, stay incognito.
My best guess is if his guards are this acceptable to like being bribed, they're probably not getting paid that great. They probably work other jobs, but definitely staying awake and alert during the night. They'll probably be super groggy tomorrow. Won't be paying too much attention to some annoying drunk who's being too loud.
I think that might be the best plan then.
All right. Where are we gonna sleep?
You still have a room at Tips for the week.
We do.
Yeah, can we make it back there in a reasonable time?
Well, right now y'all are outside of Tips. Essentially, you're in the center.
Oh,
You're in the center
fantastic.
plaza.
I think we'll make it back, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking over 20 feet away. I can't do it, Ferric. It's too far.
Let us
Carry
begin
me.
our
Drag you,
exodus.
but I'm not carried.
We will make it to the promised land, aka Tips.
Oh my god.
Right. So as you kind of cross the threshold back into the familiar winery and inn of Tips, you can see it's about this time of the evening is when it's most sort of popular. A lot of the tables filled, people having glasses of wine, the balcony pretty lively. Is the bards, it seems to be a different group than the one you firecrackered, but there is a group of bards sort of playing out at the front.
Seems that he cleaned this place up rather quickly.
Yeah, it's almost like they have to hush murders in public houses all the time in this city. It's really
I'd like to go up to Tip really quick
Okay.
and hand him 5 gold and tell him that we were not here before tonight.
He's like in the middle of like kind of making drinks for another customer. He sees you just slide it across. And he's like, well, yeah. And then you interrupt him. He's like, yeah, right, of course, yeah. Never met you in my life.
Until
Rich
tonight,
bastard.
Tip. Until tonight, Tip. You
Yeah,
met me tonight.
Yeah.
Never before then.
He's just sort of nodding his head, reaches out. Hi, I'm Tip.
Nice to meet you, Tip.
It's a pleasure. What can I get you to drink?
Just 4 ales.
4 ales.
I'm gonna
Am I
like pull
nearby?
up a stool. Yeah.
Am I nearby?
I would assume y'all are all kind of in the inn, yeah.
Make that 3 and a wine, please.
What she said.
Of course. Well, seeing as I've never met this gentleman or any of his friends, what kind of wine would you like, miss?
The house rosé will be just fine, thank you.
Stupendous. I'll be right over to your table. And he just sort of kind of goes back. Just you can see him sort of just shaking his head. He's just like making the drinks. Hands it to one of the servers, and they kind of make their way over to a table. Because I think, Dog, you said you were going to find a table, right? Or pull up a
Sure.
stool.
Yeah, I'm just grabbing a spot to sit really quick.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, my brain. Okay, whoa. Can I do some kind of roll, intelligence, memory check
For what?
of the lady that gave Grim the ale? That doesn't work there, and what does she look like?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me an intelligence check. You're trying to recall her appearance.
Oh no, it couldn't have been her. Because if she looked like Teresa, he would have recognized her. Never mind.
You want to do the roll or not?
I guess I'll do it because I already asked. What am I doing? Intelligence?
It's just an intelligence check. So just the
Very
D20 plus your modifier,
Okay.
which I
It's
think
plus
is, yeah, 1.
It's 1. I try hard, but I ain't that smart.
16. The details are fuzzy. I mean, it was a couple days ago. You weren't really at the table when it happened. You didn't even like really take notice of that it was a different server until the scene kind of started. But you did catch the final glimpse of her kind of sprinting out the back door through the exit, the same one you took when you were trying to hide from the creatures coming out of the portal. You only kind of saw the back of her head. You just sort of saw, she was in the server's uniform that everybody else there wears. Long blonde hair, looked to have kind of a scar on her right cheek. Looked to be probably half elf or full elf. You couldn't really tell. You saw the ears, but you couldn't really get the facial structure to tell if she was mixed or not. But that's pretty much all you get.
Okay, let's sit down.
Okay, so as you sit down, and one of the barmaids kind of makes her way over and lays the drinks out and just sort of, anything else for you? Or you all good for the evening for now?
Noms.
Yes, food.
Sure. Cheese tray or full meal? What are you looking for?
Full meal.
You've got it. Anyone else?
Just ale is fine.
Okay.
Already.
Cheese for me, please.
Ale for dinner. I completely understand, sir. I'll be right back. And she
Cheese for me, please.
Cheese, please.
She sort of makes her way back, and y'all have a minute to sort of discuss at this table.
I'm going to pull out some parchment and just kind of like start jotting down some stuff to myself as like everyone talks.
Okay. Collecting your thoughts.
In a manner of speaking.
Gotcha. A few minutes passes, and the barmaid returns, kind of lays out the various platters to each of you. Another ale for you, Turgan. And just sort of bows her way out and makes her way back.
So, plan right now is to, I guess, sleep and come at it the first in the top of the morning.
Yeah, I guess we have like a plan to jump the captain of the guard to give him information that he would want to know in a properly functioning.
It would seem to be. I believe that is plan, and then also trying to track down Grim.
All right.
Okay. So you're just going to finish eating and then lay out for the night?
Yep.
I believe so.
Alright, so as you're all feeling full and slightly refreshed, if not incredibly confused at all the information that's kind of flying at you at once from various sources, you manage to kind of slink off and get a fairly good night's rest. You know, It's hard to find sleep, and you're noticing the longer you spend in the city, the more you have trouble sleeping. You still get your long rest, you still get all your hit points and your spells back. It's almost like a recollection of your past, and those are your nightmares. It's not like a specific nightmare of somebody chasing you you've never experienced before. It's like anything you screwed up or anyone who died in your life. It's like they just haunt you every time you close your eyes.
I keep recalling the moments in the tomb on Solon.
My character fucking hates this city now.
Yours are even worse for you specifically, Ferric, because you're seeing the same thing,
Yeah.
similar to the last one, but it's like in the back, all you hear is just voices, just talking the entire time. 332. Exactly.
It's like a bad ASMR.
I wake up from kind of the crumbling sensation of the ruins and everything, and I just kind of like stay up and like look at the tome that I got and kind of flip over it like for a good portion of the night. Also like making my own notes, but also kind of in a weird way start making a journal of the adventures that this group has been on, and it kind of comes to an inspiration that like I look at it like with the names that I've written down as far as our names, and like then like cross them out and start putting surnames instead.
So Captain
kinda-
Ferric, you're saying?
Yeah, I just
Captain Thorn.
Yeah, I just give myself a kind of wiry smile and just keep kind of working through the most of the night as far as like writing out what we've done so far as a group. And when I feel like I've done enough, I go back to like kind of studying the tome more, and then I guess go to sleep in the wee hours of the night.
Okay. And so
And all through the tavern, not a creature was stirring, not even
Dude.
a
Sorry. Does Dog come? Do we go to the same room for once?
I mean, unless Dog's sleeping downstairs again, then yeah.
Yeah, I'll just sleep on the floor.
In the room or downstairs?
In the room. Near the door of the room.
Oh. Okay.
Oh my
Like
god.
a dog.
But yeah, as a night of kind of restless sleep, and you sort of come to the early wee hours of the morning, as the sun just sort of cresting, the familiar smell of coffee and bacon emanating from below. This is another day of festivities and just chaos that this week has been so far. Unless somebody has anything they want to throw in really quick, that is where we will call it for this session, since it is a nice kind of closing point.
I want to go buy like 10 fermented eyes of newt.
That is a good point. Yeah, anyone that has anything they want to shop for.
Yeah. I buy like 13 bolts, because I need that to replace my quiver of 20.
Okay.
I'm going to look like what would I need to like I guess fix. Well, actually no, I can just mend it. Never mind. I'll spend like a part of the early morning mending my arm, repairing it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go out and look for some like iron parts, stuff like that, for like my tinkerer's kit and everything.
Okay. So the thing about
I
this,
need
Go
a
ahead.
snake's tongue and a bit of honeycomb.
Okay. Easy. And what did you say you need, Ferric? An eye of newt and what?
Just 10 fermented eyes of
10?
Yes.
Fermented.
That's a lot of newts, man.
That's 5.
Yeah, it's 5 newt eyeballs. Pretty fucked up.
All right.
Yeah, but
So-
like that'll keep me stocked for a while.
I'm gonna let this up to y'all how you want to do this, because like I said, we'll be out next week because me and Hill will be out of town, so there will be no session. So we can either play this direct still and just sort of fast forward the shopping, or we can have like a day of downtime if y'all would like to fiddle with other things. It's
I
up to
think
y'all if you think what's
we're-
more valuable, your time or.
I think at this where we are right now, our time more important. We're kind of on a limit.
Yes. So like a day of downtime is fine, I think.
Okay, so
Or
That's
no.
the opposite of what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, never mind.
okay, so no.
Like, we have 11 days between when we need to get those packages and get back. It's going to be 3 to 4 days to get there, 3 to 4 days to get back. So we're looking at 7 to 8 days of travel, which means we have 2 to 3 days, maybe 3.5 if we push it.
Yeah, and then once we're outside of the city, we can't rely on any authorities to like keep assassins from attacking us for the entire. And we have no way of knowing that the package actually even exists. And yeah, we should definitely wrap up all of our finding out information and stuff before we depart.
Before we like completely, I guess, end the session. I'm gonna knock on Lilith and Dog's door.
Okay.
And
Is he still on the floor?
Did we?
Is he just gonna get up and bark?
Yeah, like
Like
as
a dog?
the knocks are hitting the door, your head's kind of bouncing a bit, dog, as you're trying to sleep.
are you both awake yet?
I try to I flip my head down and back up and try to fluff my hair because it's
Bedhead.
stuck on one side. Yeah, bedhead. And yeah. Come in.
I just kind of open and just doom, and just hit Dog. Okay. Oh god.
Who needs the alert spell when you can just sleep in front of the door, Turgan, you noob?
Magic.
I sit down with them and basically say I think we need ways of better defending ourselves. If we may need to go shopping for some stronger armor, or maybe even some sort of shield or defensive things. We don't know really what we're gonna be running into.
Are you considering purchasing a shield?
Not
For yourself?
not so much for myself, but maybe for either one of you or a dog or anything. We could come up with a myriad of different facets to work with.
Yeah, it would be pretty nice to have a shield to hide behind so I don't get sprayed with acid.
I did see a jewelry shop by Winston's bookstore. I wonder if they have something a bit more affordable on the tabaxi?
Yes, Winstep.
Yes, it's Windstep. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yes, I wonder if they have something a bit more affordable on this side of town.
I mean, we have kind of come up into a recent surplus of money in that sense, so why not use it to better protect ourselves?
Yeah,
So used to living on a budget, huh?
I can't remember if I already asked about this. Do I know of any?
You know of Dagger.
Dagger.
Oh, that's right. Oh God, that's why I was freaked out.
Yeah.
Then maybe in our next session, I shall seek out Dagger and see if he has a stash of crazy Vietnam vet style military surplus cash.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, in any case, we can maybe look at something size, and between me and you, we can figure out to make it the best form of protection for you, and maybe even come up with a thing to put your long, big crossbow on.
And my crossbow is pretty big.
Yes, I see that. It's actually kind of bigger than you. It's quite amazing that you can even wield it.
It's not easy, but it's really effective.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I saw it. It was what took down that dragon with one blow.
Yeah, it's mostly the crossbow. I'm kind of just there.
Well, I'm sure if you swing it around, you could probably hurt somebody with it too.
That's what me stick is it for.
Ah, I see. Well, in any case, I think I have an idea. Let's go. Me and you will go. Lilith, I'm taking Dog, and we're going to go find something. I'll see you later, and just walk out of the room.
Fun.
Okay.
The girls are going shopping.
Yeah, basically. The gang's night on the town. right, but with that, we will call it there. We'll sort all this out over the break and before we come back. So thank you for those of you who dropped in to watch, and then anybody else who's going to watch it later when it gets re-uploaded as a VOD. Thanks to Vindsvept for the music that we use every session, and just be sure to follow or subscribe if you liked it, and we will see you not next week, unfortunately, but the week after. We will be back. So everybody have a great night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in.